Last time, Elise fucking exploded.
So many chunks.
Water back in a burrito bag. The orcs almost went to fight the archmage. The archmage almost went to fight the orcs. You don't know how that would have ended, but now no one will know, because you managed to break up the conflict enough where they decided not to try to kill each other.
Yay!
Then you brought the burrito body back to Tremont, where you gave it to the Church of Tempest. You were informed afterwards that the ritual had failed. Armine went to go cry in a little prayer booth. Ire went to go drink at an inn. Good times, good times. You had also given Corform Shink his little potion that he had requested from the Sage of Emerald Grass. The orcs had all made it to the camp they have outside the city, run by the Church of Tempest, supported by the Church of St. Folgrif. Most of the clerics of both are out there. And at the end, Ire had received a letter at the inn she was staying at.
A letter with the crest.
Of House Burzath.
Yeah. She has not stopped smiling since she got it. Considering she got it like 2 minutes ago. Hasn't been very long, but you know.
She's just been holding this letter for 2 minutes, standing stock still.
No, it's more like she's been like fiddling with the the letter, trying to open it without tearing it.
Have you restarted your computer?
I have. There we go, okay. Let's start. Okay. Roll. I love how, like, if I start typing in roll, it gives me Vernos and Elturel. Just suggests them to me, and it's really convenient. Voila.
You've done it. How do I open this? I feel like an old man. And that's for you.
Oh. Oh. It's some cute shit, gotta say. Wow.
I am capable of cuteness.
It's adorable. It's really adorable. Verdon's the best for Zath brother, gotta say. 10 out of 10.
There's only 2.
Yep. And he's really slamming the competition. Sorry, I'm just being a dick for no reason. She's gonna, like, put it in, like, her pocket and just keep it with her, and then whenever throughout the day she's, like, not having the greatest day, she's gonna take it out and read it again, and it's gonna be adorable. It's a good thing she was really careful with it so it didn't rip.
And the barkeep just kind of like watching this whole thing goes down. Gives you a question like, so you're not being summoned for execution or anything? You're good to go?
No, nothing like that. It's a letter from my fiancé.
He kind of narrows his eyes at you.
It's fine, you don't have to believe me. I believe
No,
you.
I believe you. It's just, All right, I don't believe you.
That's fine. I'm happy enough with both of us. There's nothing that you
happy
can do.
keep paying your bill, so we're both happy.
Yes. It is a good working business relationship that we have. I'm glad we had this talk.
Well, if I get any more letters, I'll be sure to let you know. Otherwise, food is the same price even if you have a fancy boyfriend.
Of course. Be very careful with them, please.
How do you be more careful with a letter?
Just don't let anybody else handle it, like no smudges on the parchment.
Well, I mean, the courier brings them here. I don't have control over that.
Tell me if the courier smudges my letter, because I will be very upset.
I will keep that in mind.
Thank you. Just gonna read it again. Just kind of like, when somebody's really happy and they're kind of like bouncing in their seat. And then she's gonna give Quoth some scritches and have him go outside with her. She's gonna go take a walk and have him go play some pranks on people.
All right. And as you've let Quoth go off, you do see this woman very carefully looking at a wall across the street from the inn, contemplating it, thinking very hard about it. She touches it every now and then. And as people are passing by her, they're giving her odd looks.
I'm gonna walk up because I'm a friendly citizen who's having a great day. Excuse me, ma'am.
Do
you need help with that wall? What are you doing?
I'm just trying to think about the best way to organize this. This wall would look much better with some color, right? It's just so gray.
She starts to get kind of caught up in thinking about it.
Thinking a few nice lines, and she waves her hand across the wall, gesturing like a big arc across here. Not sure if that's too much, though.
Well, I can help you maybe test it out a little bit, and then she's gonna just minor illusion to kind of throw up a tiny version of what that would look like. What do you think? Too much?
Probably too much. I think it needs to be more upwards.
Okay, like this? Just gonna do more upwards, kind of more angular looking.
And as she's getting closer to the illusions, you can see into her hood. She has long ears, much like your own, but they go back a little bit further.
What do you think color-wise?
I have decided on the color already. I'm just figuring out the best way to get it on there.
What color?
Oh, well. I think it'll be better as a surprise, won't it?
That's fair. I can't wait to see it. So, like this, maybe? I'm thinking perhaps a little spot where it kind of comes up on the very top. You see, like this? I'm gonna demonstrate it. It's just instead of being an angle, it's gonna curve upward a little bit. That way it's still kind of fancy, but that's not too much.
That is good. I think it would be good if the paint maybe pooled a little bit at the top.
So, okay.
Like a very sort of rushed feeling.
Like a rushed feel?
Yeah, something that happened quickly.
I don't know. I think
methodical isn't really my style, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fair. I can't argue with an artist. Okay, like this. It's gonna make it look more rushed.
Perfect, exactly like that. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too.
What?
Right, and Armine, you're woken up very suddenly from your contemplation with heavy knocking at the door.
I'll go open the door.
There's a very frantic looking acolyte there. Yeah, Gorf. He's something wrong with Gorform.
I'm gonna just, like, kind of start walking with him and be like, show me.
And very quickly, he's taking you down the hallways to where Gorform's room is. The door is open, and you can see a very still body on the ground, and on the walls, written in what languages do you speak?
What languages do I know? That's a good question. I can speak Common, Infernal, Draconic, and Celestial.
So this is written in Celestial, in blood.
In blood.
In
my
blood.
favorite.
From the looks of it, likely Gorform's own. It says, "Beware the blank scroll." And then there's like, this area is just completely smudged out, and underneath it says, "He comes on the winds of mana. The god fall, the man dies, both rise again." And both Gorform and this acolyte that had gotten you are both just like covered in blood. It's all over their hands and clothes. You can tell the Gorform has been moved. There's an attempt at stabilizing him, but it's just pouring out of his mouth, eyes and ears and nose. And you see the bottle of liquid that you brought him shattered on the floor, just a meter outside.
Does it look like the liquid was still in it, or does it look like he drank it first?
It looks like the vial was empty.
My favorite. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to punch that dude again. The sage, whatever the fuck his name is. Fuck, he's still bleeding out?
There's still blood coming.
But I can't stabilize him. Fuck. Okay, what does it say again?
Beware the blank scroll. And then there's like a handprint that just runs through this portion. You can't read it out. You can tell it was like 4 or 5 words. "He comes on the winds of mana. The god falls, the man dies, both rise again."
God damn it. Fuck. Okay. What's the other dude doing? Is he just like standing
He's
there?
freaking out.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go over to Gorform. Like kneel down by him. Is he still conscious in any way, or is he just done?
He's not breathing. He ain't moving. Do you want to make a medicine check?
Sure. Except I didn't hear what you said.
Medicine check?
Medicine, no check.
Medicine. You cut out, so I was like,
You're feeling around. You're like, pulse, nope. Breathing, nope. Oh, fuck, I have my gauntlets on. You check again. It's like, I don't know.
The acolyte dude who's here, can I gesture him over and be like, check his pulse for me?
I checked him. He's never. I thought you're the only one in here who has healing magics.
I just don't even. Can I try to heal him?
Yes, if you like. And as he sees the magic go into him, he goes down to his knees beside him and checks for a pulse. Goes above his mouth and then performs CPR. Another one, please, quickly.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, it's better. Yeah.
And as he's doing this, you hear something crack underneath his chest, and then another one. And then finally he gets up and stops. Checks the pulse. He's not dead, but
I'm gonna put 15 points of lay on hands onto him, please.
alright, you put all of your healing magic into him. You see his chest writhing and falling, a rasping breath coming from his nose. The blood has stopped, but you can still see little bubbles of it forming at the edge of the nostrils.
Can I, like, turn him over so that if he starts coughing, he's not gonna choke on it?
Yeah. It's a good thing you're here, I guess.
I'm gonna, like, turn really sharply to him and be like, were you here when this happened?
No, I had a crash and I came over and it was already like this.
With the bloody writing?
He nods.
Can I tell if it's definitely Corvorum who wrote this? Like, I'm assuming it is, but
Probably. You're not super. Make a perception check, or actually, make an investigation check.
well, shit.
You don't know. You don't remember. You've never taken the time to identify Corforum's writing.
I don't know anything. Fuck. Okay, wait. Can I get him out of the room and take him down to the people who haven't just spent all their healing?
You want to take him outside the city?
No, we have like a hospital in the
Yeah. At the moment, everyone with healing magic is out with the orcs, including the Archbishop.
Oh, nice. Okay, perfect.
That's why he went to you instead of an actual healer.
Fantastic. Okay. I'm gonna give him my last healing spell also, because why not?
And as you go to do that, the acolyte does stop you.
Oh shit, I'm gonna overheal him, aren't I? Fuck.
I think that's all that's going to benefit him for now.
Okay, I'm gonna take him out of the room and take him to like a clean bed and like a place that's not covered in blood.
And again, the acolyte stops you, saying, "We shouldn't move him yet. I know it seems unsanitary, but it's his blood. It will be fine for a little while."
Okay. Question. Here's something I could do. Can I kind of check to see whether Corvorum's handprint is the same size as the handprint on the wall?
Yeah, go ahead and make another investigation check.
Yeah. Wow.
Who knows? Like, it's about the same size. It's like, probably, yeah, maybe. I mean, the blood's all over his sleeves too, so it could be that.
Okay, I'm gonna go get like fucking, what's it called? Like, some cloth to start, like, wiping the fucking blood off of him, and also, like, hand one to the acolyte to let him clean himself.
Thank you.
I just realized I pressed prestidigitation. Fuck it, let's do that.
Alright, and you prestidigitate off the floor, prestidigitate off his clothes, prestidigitate off of everyone.
Not the wall, not the wall, not the wall.
You don't hit the wall, you leave the wall.
Leave the words on the wall, because Catie still hasn't been able to write them down fully.
They're in general.
Fantastic. Okay. I don't want to leave him. God. What to do?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Screaming. No. Okay. So there's not much I can do for him medically now anymore because, like, my medicine fucking sucks. So can I don't know. He said he was having, like, dreams before, right?
Yeah.
Bad dreams.
Specifically, he was having seizures during the events of Pelor's festival.
The god falls and man dies. Folgrif again. God. Okay. I'm gonna turn to the acolyte and basically just say, watch him. I'm going to get help with this. And I, like, gesture to the fucking wall.
Oh, all right. The Archbishop should be here in about half an hour. It sent someone.
Good. And then I'm gonna try to go fucking find Ire, because she's smarter than I am. Maybe she knows things.
Alright, so you give your hands a wash just to get the remaining blood off. You head out to look for Ire.
Strolling about town.
Making your way downtown.
Walking fast. Faces past.
Not homebound, though.
No, not yet.
Alright.
But she is, like, whistling as she walks.
Loudly whistling.
Not, like, super loudly, but, like, you know, like, she's happy, but medium quiet.
Alright, and Saoirse.
Yes.
You have entered the city of Trelont. You were told to come up here and meet with your mentor. He just wants you to get the lay of the land in a couple cities before you're really, like, let on your own, let loose. You feel the mud kind of squishing underneath your boots as you're walking through the unpaved street of one of the southern gates. And as you're passing through the streets, you do spot the little cafe where Phelan is sitting, currently just sipping at a drink. It looks especially cold, judging by the condensation on it. This little area has been paved out with wood. This area has a number of tables. There's another group of people, very burly-looking men and women, all of them very battle-worn, a few tables away, and they're just kind of glancing at him.
I'm gonna make my way over to... Well, I suppose you could have picked a worse place.
Well, you're going to be living here, not me, so hardly my concern.
Living? I thought I was just supposed to get the layout of the place.
Well, you don't do that by visiting for a week, do you?
I suppose not.
He slides the drink over to you.
She's going to take it. What is it?
Some sort of sweet drink they make. Apparently there's a farm nearby with bees or some sort, so it's filled with honey.
I'm going to sniff it for a second and then take a sip.
Definitely smells sweet as you drink it. It tastes like almost a tea that's been chilled, likely with nitrate, and there definitely is a honey taste to it with a little bit of mint.
With a little bit of what?
Mint.
That's not bad. It's a bit more sweet than I'm used to, but it's not bad.
Well, this place is a little, I don't want to say quaint. It's definitely one of the better cities, but it's not as advanced, so we'll have to get used to a little bit more rural setting.
Nice rustic flavour.
Don't let them hear you say that, though. And he pulls a black book from his pocket and slides it over to you.
I will take it.
If you have a board or have someone in your custody, just flip through, see if they're in there.
Alright. Will do. Anything in particular I should be doing other than learning the city?
Oh, absolutely. This isn't a vacation after all. I have my own business to attend to, so I will be making myself scarce. If you do need me, though, emergencies only, feel free to let the owner of this restaurant know.
Alright.
We'll get here eventually.
Alright. Well. Going to have to go find a way to clean my boots.
You might as well not. They're just going to get dirty again. And as he's talking with you, he's like lighting up a pipe and pulling out a small piece of paper and writing down some names on it.
Just gonna watch and wait. He typically doesn't do anything without a reason, so
And then he slides the paper over to you as he did the drink.
I will take it and look it over.
Memorize it. Get rid of it when you're done. But there's a list of contacts I would like you to become acquainted with them. Introduce yourself at some point. Not necessarily immediately. It's best if you go with a task for them. Weapons dealer, Ven Gomtil. He can get you anything custom you might need.
Please tell me that you're gonna give me these names.
Yeah, I'm going to give you this. If you need poison or an antidote for it, Salem Bright Sun is who you should visit. There's the address. And if you need information, Jacob Albus will get you whatever you need. He is extraordinarily good, and he commands an equally extraordinary price. If you're really up against the wall or out of leads, feel free to visit him. But just know, he's expensive.
Noted.
And in terms of tasks you have while you're here, there's a known contact of Slinthrix and Rank of Ferzath waltzing around the city. Goes by the name of Ire Mournswallow. It's never pleasant to let those two run about with their plans. Keep tabs on her, find out what she's doing here if possible.
Okay.
The Church of St. Folgrif is doing something they don't want people knowing about. Find out what. We're not interested, however, in them knowing we know, or stopping them at the moment. Primordial Cult has also entered the city. It has a couple operatives. Go ahead and find them. Again, don't let them know we're onto them, though I'm sure they have some inkling. And finally, someone is selling bodies illegally. Go ahead and just purge that.
Right. Well, you don't ask much, do you? Information on Ire Mournswallow, Church of St. Folgrif. They're up to something. Aren't they the goody two-shoes?
Well, every church has a little secret or two. They're just better at keeping them than most.
You sure you don't want me to get rid of the cult?
We're not sure yet. Likely that will be what you're tasked to afterwards. However, for now, information.
Alright, and how do I make sure you get this information as I have it?
I'll set up a dread drop somewhere. The owner of this restaurant will give it to you when you order this drink again.
Alright.
And feel free to take your time. Don't rush. Stay safe. Don't become known. And he slides a holy symbol over to you. You're a low-level cleric of St. Pelor during your stay here, on leave from Ephesus.
Alright. I'll take it. Try not to look too doubtfully at it, but nod.
Good luck. And he stands up, and he walks over to that very scruffy-looking table of burly people and says, "Ah, you fuckers, let's get down there and get some work done. Oh, make some money." And he rubs his hands together.
I'm just gonna watch out of the corner of my eye and pretend that I'm reading my little black book.
And as you're flipping through it, it's just like the names of criminals, what they're wanted for, bounties on them, people that aren't publicly known that should have information gathered about them, that kind of thing.
Okay.
It's bonus work if you're bored.
Well, bearing all that in mind, I'm a cleric of Pelor.
Yep.
Well, that's convenient. In that case, I will get up and start heading towards the, what do you call it?
The party booth.
The place with all the temples.
City Square?
Yeah, that one.
Alright. You arrive pretty simply. You can see stalls are set up. There's little bits of ash everywhere, likely from Pelor's Festival that happened not super recently. In your mind, it's kind of embarrassing that they haven't got it fully cleaned up yet. Or it could be that they do some weird thing with fire overnight, you're not sure. But the stalls are set up in the market. You can see the acolytes of Tempest battling in their yard. Up in Bahamut, there's a few scribes on the temple steps writing something, just enjoying the sun. And over by the Church of St. Folgrif, you can see there's a bit of a commotion.
Well, I'm gonna head that way out of curiosity.
Right. And as you head that way, you do see an acolyte sprint past you and a few more gossiping off to the side, speaking in hushed tones.
Can I find a little crowd near those two to blend into so I can listen?
Sure. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Ooh, 11. Not great.
Alright. So you give it a few passes. On your third pass, you do see one of them looks over, spots you. Whether he knows you're listening or not, you're not sure. But what you do get is someone in the temple has been very gravely injured, and there's some sort of dire omen.
Okay.
And Armine. As you're walking down the street, you see that fucking kid.
God, fuck that kid.
God damn
He's just
it.
sitting there. He's playing this dice game with some older man. It seems like he's winning. As you pass by, it goes.
Just click.
Yep.
He did.
I'm gonna kill him. No, I'm just kidding. I'll turn to him.
You need something?
I'm just gonna look at him with like the most dead, like, the fuck is wrong with you expression, and just start walking away.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too involved with that one. He's a weirdo. Killed 3 men in a bar fight once. Not a good guy.
I'm just gonna whip around and be like, I haven't killed anyone.
The guy is playing this list. Like, what? That sounds like someone who killed someone who killed 3 people in a bar fight would say. But hey, part of a church, I can't touch ya. Hey, those fucking churches. They're a lot better than the fucking nobles. Brother lost his arms and get shit. Fuck the nobles. Hate those guys. Anyways, you run along now. Have a nice day.
Fuck that kid.
I hate this kid. Yo, fuck this kid.
This child.
Does he even have a name, or is he just the kid?
No one has ever asked his name.
Fuck him. We're not gonna. He doesn't deserve a name.
Here's what's really funny. If and when Saoirse runs into him, first thing she's gonna do is ask his name.
God damn it.
He's gonna remind her of her.
Fuck this kid, though.
That kid is a dick.
Alright. And eventually, wandering the city, go ahead and make a. How are you looking for Ire? Are you asking around, or are you just looking?
I'd probably go to the inn that she was staying at the last time. And then
She did
if
switch
she's
inns.
not there, ask, like, did you see her leave from here? Like, that kind of shit.
Asking around to see if anyone's seen her.
Well, that one caused a bit of problems here. However, since our reviews went up, she stopped coming.
I'm just gonna nod to him and look, like, really incredulous and just walk out. I will then try to find a hotel that's a little less good.
So go
Not
ahead.
a lot, just a little.
Go ahead and make an investigation check with charisma.
With what?
Charisma.
Yay! I get to use a stat that I'm good at.
This is
I
gonna be
like
great.
that.
'Cause she's not even at her inn, so you're gonna find the inn.
I
go to
just
the inn, ask them.
I just hit charisma, right?
If you don't have proficiency in investigation, yes.
I don't think so.
Is there a little dot beside the investigation skill?
No.
So yeah, just take charisma.
Okay.
That's a charisma save. So 17.
Do I just hit the little this? Is that
Yeah,
right?
you hit that one.
Okay, got
We'll
it.
use the first roll because we can just subtract 2. But you do go
Just
around,
subtract-
you ask about inns, you ask about strange-looking women, followed by clouds of fog, and for one guy that's like, oh, I seen her around town. I know that one. I don't know where she is today, then you're like, that's helpful, thanks. But he does point you to the inn she was staying at for a little while, and you go over there, you ask him, and he's like, oh, she's in a good mood, she got a weird letter or something, I don't know. Stay of execution, maybe. She was talking to some strange bint outside, but she went uptown a bit. And you go outside, you see the strange bint, and you see Ire up and further in the crowd.
Ire's setting up shop because she's doing 50% off tarot readings because she's in a really good mood.
And as you're setting up, Armine does swing by.
Free. The tarot reading is free for return customers. If you've been here in the past 2 days, then you get a free reading. Everybody else, 50% off.
I'm gonna just grab her by the arm and like just start leading her with me.
Oh, Armine! Hello. Hang on, though. I was setting up right there. I kind of need to grab my stuff. My stuff is there, so I'm gonna...
Okay, I'm gonna let her grab her stuff, and then I'm gonna take her with me.
So, Why am I being kidnapped right now? Just curious, not
I need
objecting.
help.
With
A message?
okay, like, do you need to write the letter? I can help you with that. I'm pretty good at it.
Just,
Is it the love
and then he's
letter?
just gonna just
Armine!
he looks really concerned and panicked, and is just gonna start walking faster.
Oh my goodness. I've been waiting for this day since we met. Who is it? Who is he? She? They? Who is your lover?
I'm gonna just not say anything and just drag her with me.
This gets better by the moment. She's taking out her parchment. She's taking out a little bit of a little scent thing that she has that she marks her letters with, a little perfume. She's giggling to herself. I got the love letter today. From my fiancé. Do you remember? I told you about him.
I'm gonna nod at, do you remember?
Oh, it was such a sweet letter. He drew a very pretty picture in it, and it was... I'm just so happy. So,
Oh,
how long is this walk?
Oh, God.
Are you taking me to meet them right now so I can write a better letter with you?
Someone at my church, almost died. And
Oh no, your lover almost died?
No.
I'm confused.
I'm just gonna sigh very frustratedly, and then just keep taking you with me.
Armine, you're sending me mixed signals, okay? I really want to know, is your lover dead or alive? Because if we're writing a eulogy, I've already got to write one for, she gets a little sad thinking about it. Well, anyway, I can help you with that too, but it's a little bit of a downer. Jackson, are we there yet?
Oh yeah, just letting you guys talk.
Okay.
Yeah, as you're approaching the temple, you do see this very nosy looking man, thin eyebrows. His nose is very sharp, very weak chin, but his robes are immaculate and flawless, and it's this weird disconnect. As he passes by, you can see the back of his head is balding, and he's marching with purpose into the Church of St. Folgrif, followed by an acolyte looking very worried.
What is going on with that? Looks like somebody's in trouble.
I'm just gonna wordlessly and quickly lead straight back to the room that he's in.
All right, and as you do so, you find you're following this guy. And at a certain point, he turns around and hisses at you, "Get out!"
Oh my goodness, okay,
I'm gonna, kind of step back scared a little bit, and then just be no.
That was a really good hiss.
You deal with this person. And he continues walking up, and then he turns into Corform's room.
I'm also gonna go in.
Armine, your church has gotten steadily less friendly. I hope it isn't on account of your new lover.
So you're gonna have to knock this person over.
To get inside?
Yeah, this acolyte is completely blocking your path. Yeah, you can't go in there. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna just kind of try to shoulder past him.
Would you like to make a contested strength check?
Yeah!
Are you willing to hurt this person?
Armine, are you fighting for your lover's affection?
I am willing to hurt, but not badly hurt. I'm willing to hurt, not maim.
Alright, so go ahead and roll athletics.
Shit, I thought I was doing that. Okay, hold on 1 second. Boop. Oh, man!
Oh, damn.
Oh, no!
So you go up, and as you're moving through, you slam him in the chest with your shoulder. Pauldron's still on. He goes down, winded. You hear, like, it felt like maybe something cracked. He's fine. He'll be fine. And you push past into the room, and you can see this well-robed man muttering something. His hand is on Corform's chest.
Oh, Armine. I didn't know he... Is he dead? Or alive? Or, like, just sleeping very soundly?
I'm gonna
Did he have a
just,
good
like,
when you
turn to
told him
her.
who your lover was?
Turn to her really sharply again and just be like, look at the wall.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And as he hears you two talking behind him, he stands up, and he just looks with fury in his eyes. Get out of this church immediately.
This is my church.
All right, can both of you go ahead and make a charisma save?
Yeah, this isn't great.
Sure can. Oh no, that wasn't the best. Why is your
So, you make your save, Ire, but you just see Armine disappear.
Fuck. What? Is this about his lover? Because I can't imagine it's actually that big of a deal.
Get out.
Well, now I can't because I need to wait for my friend. So, like, where did they go?
You see him cast a spell. And then he starts ignoring you, and he goes back to Corform.
Okay, fine, whatever. I'm gonna look at the wall that Armine was, like, gesturing at so hard.
Alright, yeah, you see the inscription.
Okay. I'm gonna write the inscription down in my notes.
Beware the blank scroll, and then there's like a big smush, wipe, whatever. He comes on the winds of mana, the god falls, the man dies, both rise again.
So, what does it look like? It looks like it's written in blood, yeah?
It's very obviously written in blood, yeah.
Very clear. I'm gonna, like, look over at Corform.
Oh, do you speak Celestial?
Oh, wait. No, I don't.
No, you can write down the runes. You don't know what it is. He'll translate
I write down the
when he pops back, though.
Yeah. Write all the runes down very, very painstakingly.
Can I be, like, poking around outside of the temple, trying to maybe find a window or something I can look, or sneak in if available?
Yeah, there's windows to, like, public areas. Anything inside the temple, though, is not going to have a window, as is standard. You do see the Archbishop storm in, though, with a very dire look on his face, followed by these two fucking weirdos.
This is the Archbishop?
Yes, it is. I was
waiting for you two to figure that out.
I had a feeling that it might be, but then he was like, didn't get recognized by Armine, so I assumed it must not be the Archbishop because Armine would
I've never talked
recognize
to
the
him.
Archbishop, right?
Okay. Could I have just kind of fallen slightly in step to go in, but stayed in, like, the public areas while they went off into the private areas?
Yes. You slip in behind these people. All eyes are on them. It's not really much of a challenge to get in without being noticed. And you just find yourself in this sort of waiting area. It's very clean, pristine, kind of calming as well. A lot of greens and golds. It's a nice area. Everything's very comfortable. Though no one in this place looks like they're having a good time. And as you're sitting, you see 5 armed paladins of the Church of Torm run by.
What are they doing?
That's a very good question. They're running into the church.
So, like, do you have a timetable on when my friend will be back? So, or where my friend went, or like any
23
answers?
seconds.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I'm sorry to bother you. I'm Ire Mournswallow. It's a pleasure.
Not the time.
I mean,
And he twists his hand, and you see this body like the chest comes up off the ground, and you hear bones popping into place. And he continues what he's doing.
okay. I don't know why I'm here, and this seems like it's a little bit private, so I'm gonna just like turn around.
And as you turn around, you see Armine, you back in.
Oh, there you are. Why did you drag me here? This doesn't seem at all related to your lover. Like, that guy seems pretty upset. I feel like maybe we probably shouldn't be here. And I feel a little bit weird for having seen that.
I assume he's doing healing magic. Can I tell that he's doing healing magic? Or am I still like, what the fuck is he
Would you
doing?
like to make an Arcana check?
Yeah. No.
Oh god.
Who knows? You did feel yourself like pop somewhere, and then there was nothing for a little bit, and then everything, when you got back, is just shifted a little bit.
So, like, Armine, can you please give me an explanation? Preferably as we walk out and go find your whatever you actually brought me here for. I'm assuming you wanted to talk to Coroform, but obviously he is out of commission, so, like...
This is what I brought you here for.
For these rooms?
No. It says... Beware the blank scroll.
Stop speaking now!
Just look at him, like, really?
And you hear the stomping of Greaves coming down the cobbled hallway.
My favorite. We gonna get arrested.
God damn it. My good day is going not as good as it started.
I was wondering when this would happen, and it was a lot sooner than I thought.
God damn it, I didn't even do anything wrong. All I did was trust my friend. Is that a crime in this world?
No, but trespassing is...
Trespassing! Church! I wasn't trying to trespass! This is the place my friend lives. I was just coming over. Didn't realize it was on lockdown.
And you hear a woman's voice behind you where the Greaves were coming from. Hands up! No sudden movements!
Armine? What is going
I'm
on?
gonna just turn around and put my hands up.
I followed, looking very confused.
You, tiefling, slowly draw your sword, drop it on the ground.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
And as soon as you do that, they rush forward. And you hear a couple of shouts of "Don't resist!" as they tackle you both to the ground, and you feel manacles being slapped on the back of your hands.
Why didn't
Not
you just
gonna
ask us to
resist,
put your
not
hands
gonna
out and we
resist.
could have put the handcuffs on without you messing up my hair?
And you feel something like hit you hard in the back to shut you up.
Try not to cry. This is suddenly less good of a day than it started as.
Thank you, Eloise. Please take them to prison. I'll discuss charges with you later. And she looks into the room, nods. Of course,
Armine?
Archbishop, we will be at your disposal when you are ready.
Archbishop Armine!
Get up, scum!
Ire is just kind of trying not to cry. That's gonna be this whole
I
session.
am completely dissociated, just like, this is happening, I guess. My body
Ire's
is
like,
having
why
this
is
happen
this
to
my
it.
day now? I was just trying to help my friend.
You know...
Paladins of Torm go in. Paladins of Torm come out, +2. They're pushing the strange group you saw go in after the Archbishop. A very tall tiefling and probably like a half-elven woman. They're just getting like shoved down. There's 2 in front of them, 3 behind them. They all have their weapons out. It looks like they're guiding them over to the stockades.
I don't understand. What are we being charged for?
I'm gonna
Is no one going to
trail.
answer?
I'm gonna trail, but I'm not getting close enough to get involved. I kind of want to see what information I can pick up, because this is juicy, if nothing else.
Is there like bail or something? Like, what law did we break?
Law of pissing off an Archbishop this time. Also trespassing. Also
Thank
assault.
How? I did this whole... What?
Not you, that one.
Well, but he works in the church. Like, that's his home. Like, he's a paladin. I didn't realize I was trespassing to go in with my friend who works here.
Well, when your friend is some random scrub that I've never even seen, it makes sense that you going in against the Archbishop's will is trespassing.
I didn't realize...
You can kind of put that together, can't you?
I didn't know that was the Archbishop. He was just some random man.
Shut your mouth.
I've never met him before, and I'm new to the country. This is very upsetting.
Put your whinging. We're here. Put this on. And he puts a blindfold on both of you.
Ire's just very sad. Despondent.
And you feel yourself dragged down a set of stairs, and then another one, and then another set. And then in one, you hear Armine being pushed ahead, and then a cell door slam, and then you're pushed roughly into the room. You kind of fall to the ground. You feel dampness on your dress. You skin your knees a little bit, and your head hits the wall. And then the cell door slams shut.
So I'm blindfolded, and my hands are currently manacled.
Correct.
Yeah? Can I
Yep.
take the blindfold off?
You can try, but you know they wouldn't appreciate that.
I mean, I'm in a cell. Come on.
Well, these are precautions they take against mages.
Look, I can't cast anything right now because my hands are tied.
I don't know that.
Well, anything that wouldn't require... Look, then they should have gagged me instead of blindfolding me, because sight isn't as big of a component.
So, you're both tossed in jail. Saoirse, you do see this play out. Right, so you follow the Paladins of Torm. You give them a wide berth, knowing that they don't appreciate being followed in basically any circumstances. You need to follow them down to the stockades of the city.
And they're in a building now, I assume?
Yeah, they bring them into the building. It's underground.
Would I know of any excuse for a cleric of... Who am I a cleric of? Hold on.
Pelor, right?
Pelor, yeah. Do I know of any excuse a cleric of Pelor may have to go into the stockades?
Off the top of your head, like Pelor will often give advice to criminals who want to turn a new leaf, but going in immediately after would be pretty suspicious.
Right, so I can hang out for a little while and then go in?
You're probably going to want to wait at least a day.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I don't know that these are the people that I need. One of those is the person I need information on. So
I mean, maybe you could ask about what the commotion was and who those people are.
I'm trying to keep a low
Please
profile.
bail us out.
Please.
I have to keep a low profile.
You just be like, "Wow, that was a big commotion. What was that about?"
You know what?
True. It's not often people leave a church shackled.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm gonna kind of make my way over to one of the guards. More out of curiosity than anything else.
You approach one of the, probably a knight. He doesn't look like he's wielding any magic, judging by the two swords at his side.
I'm gonna have this holy symbol be kind of predominant, just so that I don't get too much suspicion.
And as you approach, he gives you a nod.
That was an odd occurrence. It's not every day you see someone dragged out of a temple. Is everything all right?
Well, we're going to get to the bottom of that. I don't know if anything's all right just yet, but not often you get a message from an archbishop asking you to arrest two fuckers. Oh, sorry, sister.
It's quite all right. Is there anything I can help with?
I mean, did you see the thing go down? We could use witnesses, if you like.
I'm afraid not. Only them getting pushed back out. I saw them go in and out.
Do you know if they had anyone else with them when they were going in? And he does bring out like a little booklet and he dips a quill and some ink at his belt.
Well, there was a rather large group of people, but I don't think they were necessarily with them. I think it may have just been a crowd brought in by all the excitement.
Most likely, yeah, but, any details could potentially help.
All right. I'm gonna kind of go about detailing one or two of the people, not giving him a whole lot of detail on who they are, because the person probably wouldn't notice as much as I do. Kind of purposefully giving a semi-flawed testimony.
Okay.
Just to make it seem more realistic.
Did you hear the Archbishop say anything to them, or anyone else say anything to them, other than the paladins?
No, I'm afraid not. I wasn't that close. She kept saying something. The little kept saying something about a lover.
Any description of the fellow or lass she was talking about? Maybe she looked that he had blonde hair, or...
Oh, no, she was talking to the tall one and asking about his love.
Interesting. All right, well, thank you very much. If there's anything else, please let us know.
Of course. Thank you.
Jenwick.
Thank you.
And I just need your name for the report, if that's all right.
Lily.
And he jots it down.
I'm new. I didn't even make it to my church. I was on my way into the city when all of this happened.
Oh, well, they're normally well at the welcome wagon. If you want to go visit, no sense keeping them waiting, right?
Of course, yes. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna kind of nod politely and wander towards the church.
Okay. So, you two, down in the cells, you hear wood scraping against cobblestone, and then a clack. Ire, you've taken your blindfold off. You see someone...
No, I left it on.
Okay. You hear the wood kind of grind once more, and then a deep sigh.
Is it on my cell?
It's facing your cell, yeah.
Hello?
State your name for the record.
Ire Mournswallow?
Interesting.
Thank you.
And what exactly were you doing in the Church of St. Folgrif? Give a description, followed by
I have
events you
absolutely
witnessed.
no idea, honestly. I thought that we were going there to write a letter to my friend is a paladin, Armine, of St. Folgrif, and I thought that we were going there to help him write a love letter. I'm not actually sure now why he brought me there because it became very clear, like halfway through the interaction, that that was not it. Um, he led me up to a room that I've been to before. Actually, it's the room where usually is it
Chloroform Shink.
chloroform. Like it always reminds me of chloroform. The room where usually chloroform would stay, which is a kind of a mentor for Armine. I don't know. I figured he was involved somehow, or like we had to ask him a question. And that turned out to not be true because he seemed to be gravely injured. So I figured, oh, Armine must be really worried. Maybe he wanted to get my opinion on something. And then the man that had been walking toward that room as well kind of freaked out and snapped his fingers and made my friend disappear for like 20, 30 seconds. And then I asked him where he went. He didn't respond. I asked him how long until he was back. He said like 23 seconds. And so I waited. Armine appeared. I asked him what was going on. And then the police stormed in and arrested us.
Please state your thought process when you were told to get out the first time.
I had no idea who this person was, and my friend is a paladin of St. Folgrif, so I assumed that they were possibly somebody new to the church who didn't recognize him.
And what was your reaction the second time when the acolyte had moved to stop your path and he had told you to leave the temple?
I was confused since I know that Armine works there, but I assumed it was a misunderstanding. Like, he knew Corform pretty well, so I figured it must be something that Armine would explain later and would make sense when he explained it, but it's not making much sense now.
And on your person, a letter was found from the House of Furzat. Do you have any contact with them at the moment, and were you in there under their orders?
No, I was not. It's from a person I'm kind of involved with a little bit, but like we're thinking about getting married at some point. But I'm here on my own business, trying to gain more power magically. I'm kind of a scholar.
And you are aware that casting magic while imprisoned or trying to escape is punishable by death?
I am now, but I wasn't planning to do that, so I'm not really worried.
I will be back with the charges against you shortly.
Okay.
Then Armine, similarly, you hear wood scraping against stone, and then it's slammed down, followed by metal against wood, and a little clicking of plate. And you can hear a tapping of a foot. State your name for the record.
Armine, Demoneye.
One more time, please. I just need to be sure I have the spelling down.
Armine, Demoneye.
You entered the Church of Temple against the Archbishop's wishes at 12:35 today. Do you confirm this?
I don't know the time.
Was it about noon?
Maybe.
And you entered in the company of Ire Mournswallow.
Yes.
And you were told again inside the temple to leave it by the same archbishop.
Yes.
And on the way into the temple, you have assaulted the acolyte Jane Allen.
Correct.
And when approaching the room, you again, while the archbishop was casting his spell, intruded and refused his order to leave the temple.
Correct.
Please, after each of these moments, give us your point of view and your thoughts on the matter. Starting with the first incident with the archbishop.
I work and live at this temple, and I was the first person to heal Corform when a different acolyte asked me to come and heal him.
You say you lived and worked at the temple. Can you confirm that you are an unoathed paladin with 0 seniority at the Church of St. Folgrif?
Question. I
Yes.
obviously haven't gotten my oath yet, even though I have mechanically.
You have the oath mechanically. You have not sworn the oath.
Got it. Okay, cool. Correct.
So please state the reasoning after the second incident when you were told to leave the temple.
I wished to check if Corform was all right, as I was the only person with healing magic.
And when you saw the body being attended to by the archbishop and you were told again to leave, at that point, please explain.
I needed help with the writing on the wall from Ire.
Your companion, Ire Mournswallow, correct?
Correct.
What led you to believe she would be a help here?
She is intelligent, book smart in more ways than I am.
And can you confirm you are aware of the laws that casting magic while or breaking out of prison is punishable by death?
Yes.
If you have anything else to say, now is the time. You will be asked further questions later on.
He's gonna just stay quiet. He's not gonna say anything else.
I see. You hear a book slap shut, and the chair, weight being taken off of it, and then it being dragged away. And in the dungeon is where you sleep that night.
Iris trying to pass the time by thinking of how to compose her letter.
Midway through the day, you hear a rattle at the cage, and then probably a pewter plate being placed on the ground. 3 feet ahead of you is food. Eat it, don't. Up to you.
How am I supposed to eat it when my hands are manacled and I can't see anything?
It is soup. You can drink it with your lips.
How am I... Is it on the floor or on...
It is raised 1 foot off the floor.
Okay, thank you.
And a similar thing happens to Armine, sorry. And Saoirse, you arrive at the Church of St. Pelor. As always, its walls are immaculate. You can see the bell high up, pure gold and platinum, engraved with these beautiful figures. You can see a number of people are actually up there polishing it today, just making sure it looks nice. The walls of the temple, iridescent almost, made from this beautiful, sort of like, you would call it like an off-gray marble, but somehow the impurities just make it look that much nicer. And as you ascend the massive steps of the temple, what are you doing?
Okay, so the cover that's been given to me is here's a holy symbol. This is who you are when you talk to people.
Someone in the temple is aware of your sort of falsehood, and they will cover for you. If you want a room there, they will get it for you. That kind of thing. If you want to associate with the Church of Pelor, it's good to go in through there. If you just want to ignore them the whole time and just be in the city being a random tourist, you don't have to.
I am gonna take advantage of the free room and go in and pretend to be a extremely low level cleric of Pelor. So I'm gonna go in and find, I guess, my contact that's supposed to get me a room and such.
You can just introduce yourself. You've done this a few times. When you introduce yourself, someone is aware that you're coming. It's the same way with people transferring between churches all the time.
Okay. Then I will go in and find somebody to introduce myself to.
You find an older-looking man. You can tell he is a cleric. Someone comes in and asks for a blessing, and he's more than happy to help them out. And they do put a fairly large sum into the donation box as they're leaving. The two of them very pleased with whatever just happened. And you walk up to him. He says, yes, Bill Dole was expecting your arrival. Shall I go fetch him for you?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Please, sister, have a seat over there.
I will do so.
Or if you'd like, you can feel free to explore this area, but I would advise against getting lost, or we may have a hard time tracking you down.
I will stay where I am.
And he goes off, very casual pace. And then someone, he's not in robes, but you can tell it is a garb of Pelor. Very much gold shining, a little bit of reflective beads hanging off of his shoulders. And he does speak to you, and you do hear a message in Thieves' Camp. For the most part, he's asking, how has your travels been? Did you get to the city all right? But behind that, you do hear, what resources do you need from us?
Okay. Basic message is going to be the travels were fine. I'm a little road weary, a little tired. And I am asking for a room and cover to get into the stockades to talk to a couple of prisoners.
So as he's guiding you to your room, he says, I think you'll enjoy the Church of St. Pelor. It's a lot more airy than the other churches. We have a sort of open-air concept that we like employing. Your room does have a sunroof as well. Feel free to open it whenever you like. Obviously, if it rains, well, you're out of luck if you forgot to close it that morning.
That's quite kind. Thank you.
And compared to other churches, it is like a breath of fresh air. Normally the hallways are wide enough that you don't feel claustrophobic, but just pitch black. Occasionally there'll be light candles, purple in nature, usually a darker color. But here it's just sunlight streaming through. Every hallway has beautiful stained glass up in the ceiling. You can see in one area it had broken from something, but it seems like they're on the ball. They're already replacing it. There's an artist under there, like, considering things, and he's, like, bringing up different plates and having them installed. And you kind of give him a wide berth as you go around. Different colors of, like, green, gold, yellow, oranges shimmering over you as you walk down these hallways. And eventually you are brought to a room, very brightly lit. There's a couple plants just here or there. He mentions that someone else will take care of them. If you want to do it yourself, though, just put, like, a little... something personal in the plant, like a coin or something, and they'll know you're taking over there. The sheets are very nice as well. They're silk, though very plain. There's a small desk on the side, a large trunk with an enormous padlock that he hands you the key for. The room itself does not have a lock, and he informs you just keep whatever you need locked up in there. And he does mention on the hallway, we've had a couple people request a visitation in prison, unfortunately. If you lost souls need guidance, if you would mind, we have someone going down there in a few weeks. It's unfortunate that they'll take so long, though.
Oh, it seems unnecessary to make people wait for so long. Perhaps I can offer my services in the meantime.
Oh, that would be truly wonderful. If you wouldn't mind then, you do know the rights?
I assume that I do, given that I grew up around the churches.
Vaguely. If you wanted advantage on the check, you could spend a day just getting this guy's help going over them.
I know them, but I'd feel better if you'd go over them with me. Just to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything.
Always happy to help. And in these, can't you do hear him say, you will actually have to go visit them and give them the rights.
Understood. And the answer would be, yeah, that's why I'm asking for help.
So yeah, you go over that for the night. You wake up in the morning. He helps you a little bit more. And then your meeting with the guards in the stockades does come up. Ire Mournswallow, as you wake up, you hear a rattling on the bars. Prisoner Ire Mournswallow.
Hello?
In addition to trespassing, disobeying the Archbishop, you are facing additional charges of heresy.
Why? For what?
In addition to heresy... Where are my notes? You are also facing charges for lying at a checkpoint.
Seriously? Okay.
The noble family of Dengar has been very particular about this matter.
Of course they have.
Can you confirm that you spoke to the guards that you worshipped the false god Faroldan?
Yes, but I didn't mean it
And that you
idiotically.
used the false name Eileen Trallis?
Yes.
So you do admit to this crime?
I admit to it, I didn't really think much about it. I was traveling out there with Melisse from the Church of Tempest, and Armine, to go and bring a writ that said that the orc slaves must be freed. I didn't realize exactly how the border situation worked, and...
Please give your reasoning for lying at the border station and proclaiming heresy.
Honestly? My dress was a mess, and I didn't want anybody to know it was me.
Make a deception check.
That's legitimately partially true.
If you're giving me half truths, I still want a half deception check.
Okay, I'm just stating for the record. I'm gonna replace that with 12 plus 3.
Okay. So that is a 15?
Yeah.
Alright, you admit to the crime. The sentence is a 50 gold tithe towards the churches, or you can do 6 months hard labor.
I'll just pay the 50 gold Daire.
You are okay with us taking this from your belongings?
Yes, that's fine.
And you hear the cell door open, and you hear the locks behind you click, and your blindfold is taken off, and he is holding a sheet in front of you stating the charges. Please sign here that you've admitted to the crime, and sign here again that you are accepting us to take the money from your possessions.
She's gonna sign.
Do you actually have 50 gold on you?
Yeah, I have exactly 50 gold. Well,
This
5
works out
gold and
so
3
well
silver.
for you.
I know, right? I was like, oh dang. Yeah, I've got 50 gold, 3 silver, and copper. So I'll just take the 50 gold off my sheet.
Go ahead and do that. And I'm glad you brought up Melisse. He does put the he puts the blindfold back on, reshackles you, goes back outside. There's an
Wait,
ongoing investigation on the death of Melisse.
Ongoing in what way?
In that we are investigating the Archmage who has allegedly killed her.
Well, he didn't kill her. She just kind of didn't listen to him when he told her not to do something that would set off wards.
He kind of just chuckles to himself. I apologize for the death of your friend. It's just ironic, I suppose,
How is it ironic?
that you would not heed a similar warning a week later.
I was not told that if you walk into that room in that way, you will die. My friend was taking me somewhere that I had been with them before, and some strange person was yelling at us. And my friend did not seem to. So I assumed that we were in the up and up, and this person must be wrong.
Right. Can you tell me the warning that the Archmage gave you as clearly as possible?
He said, "Leave now."
Archmage.
Yes, he said, "Leave now." Like
The
twice.
Archmage told you to leave when
Yes,
you
but
visited him.
I didn't realize he was the Archmage. He didn't introduce himself. He just said, "Leave now."
You are aware that the writs you were given by the Church of Tempest had Archmage Benedictus written on them, correct?
Yes, but they didn't have his picture next to his name.
So you're confirming then that the Archmage gave no warning and he just said leave now. And upon entering, instead of leaving, Melisse was killed by 2 wards casting
Oh, I thought you were
magic
talking
missile
about.
at the Mythic Arcanum.
I thought you were talking about the time me and Armine went into the church and got trespassing charges.
No, yes, that is equally deep in my memory, but he is the Archbishop. You will notice the difference in suffix, bishop.
Okay, Rachel is
Mage.
confused because he was like, "You didn't heed the same warning like a week later," and she said that it wasn't the
So
same.
he's just laughing because from what he has in the investigation on the Archmage, you were told, don't come in here with your weapons drawn, that the wards will activate. And over here, you were told by a similarly powerful person to get out.
Okay, I was confused what he was talking about. The difference is that I had no idea who that person was, and I was very clear on who the Archmage was.
Please focus. We are not talking about your folly in not heeding warnings. We are talking about the investigation with the death of your friend Melisse.
Okay?
Can you, for me, assuming it was not get out, tell me the warning that the Archmage had given you?
The Archmage specifically told me, "Tell your friend not to come in here with her weapons drawn, because if she does, she will die."
Catie, prior to this point, displayed any sort of hostility towards you or your companions with regards to releasing the orcs.
No, he had not.
How would you describe his attitude towards that problem?
exhausted and glad to have somebody to help him try to figure it out.
Did you confirm the illness of the orcs?
My friend Armine and Melise did, yes. I gathered his testimony while I talked to the orcs themselves.
Yes, we have spoken to a number of them. We are just getting the people most involved with the incident.
Of course.
And how did you relay this message to Melise?
I told her, the Archmage said not to bring weapons in there because you will die. And I told her, you should hand that weapon to somebody else so you can go in and talk to him, or, leave it outside. And she said, I don't leave my weapon anywhere, and went into the room. She carried
Please
the
confirm
blade.
that it was intentional that you made the Archmage's warning sound more dire.
That was intentional because she carried a glaive and did not have a way to sheath it.
Are there any other details about this that you would like to tell us?
Not particularly.
Alright, I will be back with more questions if needed. And Armine, you hear the same guy click, click, click over. I'm here today to ask you about the death of your friend, Melise. A couple slams against the cell door. Armine Demoneye.
He's gonna nod.
I'm here to ask you more questions about the death of your friend, Melise. I will need a response.
Okay.
Can you confirm a warning was given to her about entering the Archmage's premises with weapons?
Yes.
Can you describe that warning to me, as specifically as possible?
Ire told him that if told her that if she entered, she with a weapon, she would die.
And you can confirm that she did enter with a weapon.
Yes.
And was the weapon in her hand?
Wait, say that again?
And was the weapon in her hand?
Yes.
Did you confirm the illness that was supposedly on the orcs when you arrived?
Yes.
Can you describe the symptoms to me?
Blackish veins. My lay on hands was not efficient in curing it long term.
And I'm told that on the way back you brought one of these orcs with you and they did die. Is this correct?
Yes.
Can you describe the death to me?
I don't remember.
He got slowly sicker and sicker until he died.
He was like seizuring at the end, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just say you give him the details.
I just retell it.
Yeah. You give him the details. You hear the book close. And then you hear her walk off. And then you hear her come back. You do admit to the crime of assault in the Church of St. Folgrif?
Yes.
You do admit to the crime of trespassing in the Church of St. Folgrif?
No.
Alright, and then he leaves. And then Saoirse.
Enter Saoirse.
You arrive at the Church of Torn. Dark is always very utilitarian, very minimalistic. The desks are extremely organized. It's like you've walked into OCD rehab. Everything is spotless. There is not a thing out of place.
Out of curiosity, because she would know this, but I have no idea, are there any particular vows a cleric of Pelor has to take regarding, their own personal life and conduct?
The Church of Torn? Or the Church of Pelor?
Pelor.
Not particularly.
I'm pretending to be something I'm not, so I want to make sure I'm following the rules.
It's very much so they're the mortal guide. So you do make a vow to try to guide others and to live by an example. There's no specific things that people live by unless you're actually swearing an oath. Clerics, generally, at some point, God is just like, wow, that's real cool. Here you go, have some power. And then once you get, and then you can kind of get up to a certain point with just approval.
Okay, cool. Then I will make my way in. Look around for whoever I need to talk to.
Yep, there is a secretary there.
Good morning. I was sent by the Church of Pelor. I was told that there were a couple of people brought in, and they need guidance.
And she narrows her eyes a little at you and begins flipping through her book, barely looking at it until she stops on a page. That is very good. You weren't due for another 2 weeks, though.
I was brought in, I just arrived at the church yesterday, and to come in and cover until someone else could. I hope that's alright. I know how you all value promptness.
No, it is fine. The dates of trial will remain the same, though. I hope you're aware.
Oh, that's quite alright. That's not really my concern.
Very well. If you'll just sign this book indicating your purpose of visit and that you're part of the Church of Pelor, and here your name.
I will sign with the name Lily. That's the cover name. And fill out everything that I'm supposed to fill out.
Right, you fill it out, give it a signature,
Yes.
and then she stands up, goes to a cupboard, grabs a key, and walks over to a door on the right. She puts the key in, and you hear a heavy thunk, and then she pushes it a bit further in, and there's another one, and she opens up the door. Just feel free to knock. Our guard down there will take you where you need to go.
Thank you very much. And I will follow her instructions.
Right, and you head down the hallway, and you can see the first guard. He's midway through a sneeze, but he can't quite get it out.
I will pause and wait patiently for him to sneeze. Until he sneezes on me.
He just keeps going. He's like,
I'm told that if you say asparagus, that feeling goes away.
Asparagus. Nope.
Sorry. It's worth a shot.
Oh, it's stuck there. It's so stuck. I'm sorry. Do you need something?
I've been sent by the Church of Pelor to visit with some of the, this. I forget what the thing is called. The rites? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Rites, guidance, that kind of thing?
And he's pushing down on the bridge of his nose with his eyes closed, I didn't know that was today. Secretary let you through then? Obviously.
Yes.
Alright, this way. Follow me, please. Oh, God, it's really in there. And he's like pinching his nose the whole way down until halfway down the stairs, he finally lets it out, and it's like this thunderous roar of a sneeze. It's like, oh, this is so much better.
Bless you.
Thank you. And he opens up a couple more doors, and you're just ascending down this deep, huge, enormous dungeon of a temple. And then eventually, he does open one last door and gestures you in. Do you need a candle? We have a few here.
Yes, please. That would be appreciated.
He picks one up off the wall, touches it with his fingers, and it lights up, and he hands it to you.
I will take it. Thank you very much.
All right, they're the first two. Take as much time as you need. I'll be out here if you need me. Just yell or something.
Of course.
And the door closes behind you and then locks.
I will head over to the first two.
Right. And in the first cell is this very ragged-looking old man. It's like the light is gone from his eyes. And on the other side is a younger man, bit more fighting him, but he looks equally dejected.
Oh boy, you're gonna make me play this out, huh?
Yeah, just quickly.
Okay, I will walk up and continue my best Mary Poppins accent voice. Very soft-spoken, try to give advice, read him the rights, that kind of thing.
All right. The first guy just kind of like waves you off, like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not long for this world anyways.
Well, you sure I can't offer you comfort? If it's truly to be one of your final moments, you should make peace.
I've made my peace. Thank you anyways, though.
Of course. Pelor's light guide you.
He gives you a nod and goes back to like looking at the ceiling.
Go over to the spunky dude.
And the spunky dude is listening much closer. He's got hope that he can kind of turn this around. You give him some advice. Go ahead and make a performance check with advantage.
Oh, thank God for advantage. Not proficient in performance. 18.
All right. So, give him his rights. You try to help him out. You give him advice. You give him the perspective of Pelor. And by the end of it, he does seem comforted. Like, the despair is still there, but they're not on death row. This is guidance for, like, how to proceed with the rest of your life.
Right.
The old guy is like, I'm fucking dying here. There's no point.
I'm not even gonna fuck.
The other guy probably getting out soon or is going to enter slavery. And then you finish up. You're done with these two. Takes you a couple hours.
And then I will move on.
Where are you heading?
Further into the place to look for the people who got dragged down here in the first place.
As you're looking around this cell block, they are not here.
God, Jackson, you're such a pain in the ass.
Oh my God, Jackson.
All of this trouble for nothing. While I'm down here, since I'm down here, can I like keep an eye out for like thieves' camp markers or anything like that?
Make a perception check.
Perception check. Huh, fucking 8. What is wrong with me?
That's a nope.
Okay. Then I will go back to the guard. It's worth pointing out that Saoirse keeps the hair on the side of her face that's damaged is like always draped over that eye, so it's harder to see.
All right.
But yeah, she's got to go back and find the guard.
So you go up to the door. You give it a knock. And then he comes over. You hear a key click. And then he opens it up for you. Everything went well then?
Well enough. Not all souls are lost after all. Is this it?
What do you mean?
Just thought there'd be more.
None that have called for guidance, no. If you'd like to talk to a few others, there are a few about to enter slavery. There's one more who's about to enter trial. A couple that just got arrested the other day. A lot of blokes from a riot a few weeks ago. We do have a couple of orcs as well, though I don't think they care about Pelor. We had them being citizens now, don't you think?
I think that this is the path that they're on, and who are we to question?
True. It's just weird seeing them moving around the town. I always get... I don't know, just antsy. Antsy, I guess, is the word.
I can understand that.
I'm sure I'll get used to it. Considering how many of them are around here, and considering their upbringing, they're remarkably well behaved. Though it's hard to remember that sometimes.
Well, that's good to hear. Less guidance is needed, the better the people seem to be doing. I'd be happy to talk to more. I don't really have much else to do today.
Well, if you want to make rounds through them, you're more than welcome to. Next cell block's a little bit lower. It's not the nicest one, unfortunately. We'll start there and work our way up then.
Understood.
Alright. So it brings you down a level. It's just this crazy, screaming man, and as soon as you get close, he's like at the bars, hollering at you, screaming about like one-eyed snakes and the clouds raining blood. This man, he's not right. So we just kind of keep him down here.
I can understand that. Doing her best to put on the I'm trying not as terrified as I feel act, even though she's not scared.
He's a little bit dangerous, so I will have to be with you if you would like to give him guidance.
I'll just ask if he wants it, and we'll see. I will approach, not close enough to be touched, and ask if he wants guidance.
And he slams his face twice against the bars, reaching out with you with both hands, nails longer than the first knuckle, screaming, "Your false god will rain blood upon the followers of death!"
And she is going to let out a proper, girly scream and kind of jump behind the guard. She's totally gonna fucking play this up in a big way.
Go ahead and make another performance check with advantage. He's buying it. He gets picked up by this guy too. Advantage, yeah.
9.
Maybe we'll skip this one.
I think perhaps that's a good idea.
The hamsters! Fear the hamsters!
Jackson, Jesus.
I'm now terrified of lobsters.
I thought that was hamsters.
I thought it was hamsters too. Is it hamsters or lobsters?
You can be scared of lobsters if you want.
He said hamsters, though.
So you head up a few more blocks. Cells here, not super full. Either they just did a cleansing, or the town is in pretty good shape. These two are the ones arrested yesterday. They haven't requested any guidance, so I just turn you away. Do not take off their blindfolds if they ask. Do not remove their shackles. Both of them are registered mages.
Of course. Thank you very much. I think, though, with them being blindfolded and shackled,
Probably good. Do not cast magic in there. I don't know if you're actually cleric or more. However, both the cells are warded against it.
understood. I will not cast anything. Thank you very much.
You're probably safe if you absolutely need to in the middle of the aisle. I wouldn't risk it, though.
Understood.
And he opens up the door, closes it behind you.
Gonna wander over. Are these the people who got pulled out of the...
They are!
Finally!
Yay!
There's
Save
this
us.
moment when the guard is gone and she realizes that it's who it needs to be, that like all pretense drops from her face and she's just got this look of like fucking gods on her face. And then immediately gets back into character. Good morning. Pelor's light be with you. Do you need guidance?
Whose cell are you at?
Ire Mournswallow first up.
Sure. Hire yourself then.
I mean, like, I guess?
Well, you're obviously here because you committed a crime or several. It's my job to walk you through perhaps trying to turn over a new leaf and abandon that life.
Abandon the life of accidentally trespassing? Will do.
Accidentally? How do you accidentally commit a crime like trespassing? Aren't you the one that got pulled out of the temple yesterday?
Yes.
Well, I should probably be a little bit more polite. My name is Lily. What's yours?
Oh, Ire Mournswallow. I'm sorry. Got a bit of a headache. They hit my head like twice coming in here. It's not exactly the most comfortable.
I'm sorry to hear that. So, other than... This seems awfully deep into this place to be here for just trespassing.
I mean, it's trespassing, and then they had some questions about the death of a friend of mine.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Well, it sounds as if you're not accustomed to this sort of situation that you find yourself in. So let me explain why I'm here and what I do. And she's
Okay.
going to give the little spiel about you've committed a crime and Pelor guides mortals on their path, and so I'm here to help you figure out the best path for you to take in the future, how to get your life back to where it needs to be, and in general give advice if there's anything with. Would you... I'm sorry. Would you like guidance?
Wait, isn't that what you were giving me? Like, is there a more specific kind, or?
Well, it's kind of a two-way street. I need to know more about who you are, what happened, what led to this, and then I can go forward.
Okay.
Simply reading the words off is not... It's hollow.
I would like guidance.
All right. Well, Oh, go ahead.
So it started yesterday. It was a very good day to begin with. Like, I got a letter from a person that I'm kind of involved with, and I was really happy to have gotten that letter. Was having a great day. Then my friend Armine came to come and get my help on something, but did not explain what exactly he needed my help with. He was bringing me to the temple, and I assumed it was because of a love letter, because he said he needed my help writing things, and I was just kind of trying to throw something at the wall and see what stuck. we went in, and there was a strange person telling him to leave and telling us to leave, and I didn't really understand what was happening. We'd been in here before because my friend is a paladin of St. Folgrif, and is pretty close with the person whose chambers we were going to. Corform. It's kind of a mentor for him. Things became even more complicated when my friend kind of shoved the acolyte who blocked the door, and then was teleported away by the person who kept asking us to leave. I asked him when my friend would be back. He said about 23 seconds, so I waited. My friend appeared. We briefly talked, and then the guards came in and arrested us.
I see. Well, that's certainly an exciting day. She does have the story down. That was fucking impressive.
Ire is very smart, okay? She's got a great memory.
Now I have to remember what I was going to say. I'm sorry. Let's start at the beginning. You said you got a letter, and
Yeah.
that it brightened your day.
Yes, it did.
It must have been a very special letter to have brightened your day after the death of a friend.
It was from my fiance, sort of.
Oh. Well, congratulations, sort of.
Thank you.
Now, it sounds, at least from the way that you put all of that it was all more happenstance and accident than anything else.
Pretty much, I kind of feel a little bit stupid for not leaving originally or recognizing the Archbishop, but, I guess that's what comes of being new in town.
I understand. I myself am quite new. Walk around with my symbol showing and the robes and the whole nine, and people still don't seem to recognize who I am unless I say it for them. So,
Where are you coming from?
player is having a hard time remembering names of cities.
I think
Insert-
Ephesus. It's the capital.
Sure. That one.
Oh, the
Ephesus.
capital!
Yes.
I've heard
That's...
of it.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I've heard of it.
That's where I was when Pelor's Light first found me. And they sent me here. For further training, of course.
Kind of a downgrade, I've got to say.
Well, I go where I'm needed, and where my path takes me.
Oh, that's the spirit. It's hard to find other people who look at it that way.
I find that being flexible is the best option for everyone involved.
I agree wholeheartedly.
So long as you stay within the laws, of course.
Of course.
Well, I think the best advice that I can honestly give you this morning, Ire Mournswallow, is that the next time your friends drag you along on something, you get the full story before you let them drag you along.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that now. Honestly, I think it was kind of a mistake on Armine's part too. He's not exactly the most... I'm struggling to find the words. Socially knowledgeable person?
Lacks in the social graces, then.
Not even like the social graces. He's a very nice person to talk to. He just doesn't understand some things. Like, social cues wise, and
That's
maybe
a
when
bit...
it is best to...
That's a bit unusual for a paladin, but I suppose there are stranger things. Well,
He's a very pleasant person.
Sorry. Keep going.
Oh, that was it. I was just asserting that he's really a nice person, just maybe I should have questioned a bit more.
Of course. And after you told the guards all of this, well, I suppose it would take time for all of the paperwork and things to process.
They are kind of sticklers for rules.
They are, yes.
I remember
You'll
that when
find most of the churches here are.
but them more than others. Even like Tempest, less rules focused as Torn.
Well, rules and law, their purview.
Go hand in hand, yeah.
Well, let me read you your rights. Have they told you how all of this is going to work out? Like, are you paying a fine? Do you have a trial coming up?
I haven't been told anything in relation to the trespassing charges.
Well, that's a pity. But
Just waiting to hear.
I'm sure it will all get worked out for the better. And I'm gonna read off her rights. I wish you the best of luck, Ire Mournswallow. And
Thank you,
Lily,
Lily. Thank you very much.
perhaps when you get out of here, you can come and find me. It would be nice to have another friendly face.
Of course. It's so nice to hear from somebody who's not. It's nice to hear from you.
Well, I should go and talk to your friend then. You said his name was Armine?
Yes, Armine.
Understood. Thank you very much.
Be very patient with him when he's stressed out. He has a hard time articulating sometimes.
Understood. Thank you for the warning.
Have a wonderful day.
And you. And I'm going to move over to Armine's cell.
Yep, you walk over, you feel your boots splash through like a little puddle. A drip hits you in the shoulder.
Good morning, Armine. My name is Lily. I'm from the Church of Pelor. I've come to offer guidance.
Just nods your way.
Would you like guidance? Or perhaps just a friendly ear? How did you come to find yourself in this dark place?
I was I was alerted to corn farm needing help, and I went to the room and attempted to heal him. I left to get Ire because there was a writing on the wall, and she may be able to help with deciphering it. And I came back, and a man who I had never seen before was telling us to leave. I live and work for that church, though, and I needed to see if conform was all right, and they blocked my path, so I had to get in. So
you broke past the acolyte who was trying to keep you out?
he's got a nod.
I see. Well, the worrying that a friend is hurt is quite troublesome, and if your friend Aya is... If the two of you have been together for a while, did you lose someone recently?
Yes.
I'm very sorry to hear that. But sometimes people's paths are just... they come to the end of them. You said that you brought Aya to help you decipher writing?
Yes.
What about the writing made you think that it was so important that you needed to bring in someone not associated with the church?
It's not. It's written in celestial, and I didn't. I didn't. I don't know many people here. I'm fairly new.
Well, that's fortuitous. I am as well. I just arrived in the city yesterday, actually. Oh, you said that the writing was in Celestial. Is that something you speak? It's a rare language.
He's gonna nod.
And does your friend Aya speak it?
Not sure.
Hmm.
And then he considers for a second and goes, "No, she asked me to." No, I started reading it.
And it troubled you enough that you brought in someone else?
He nods.
What does the writing have to do with the friend you were so worried about?
It was written in blood right above him.
Oh dear. You don't think someone hurt him?
I do.
Well, did you tell the guards that when you were brought in?
No.
All right. Well, that might have helped your case a bit. I tell you what, I'll be happy to give a message to the guard that you need to alter your statement when I leave. But I'm going to have to give them something in order to justify pulling one of their people back in to start to ask more questions. If you honestly think your friend was injured, that's something they should know so that they can open an investigation into it. You did say you were the first one to heal him. You may have the best insight. Would that be agreeable?
He nods.
All right. Well, I know we've just met, but I'm not here to mete out any punishment or anything like that. I'm here to be a kind ear and a guiding hand. Would you like some help with the words? Perhaps that'll help settle your mind?
He's gonna nod so ferocious. He's like, please.
All right, calm down. It just so happens that I speak Celestial. It's a little rusty, I don't use it very often, but if you'd like to share, I'd be happy to give you what insight I can.
Sweet. I'm gonna repeat the words.
Does that passage mean like anything? Does any of the iconography ring any bells?
No, I don't think so. Actually, make a history check.
Does this have to do with the gods or their followers or anything like that?
It's not.
Okay, so just a history check then. Nope! I don't know shit! What is wrong with my rolls today?
It's all of us, man. It's all of us.
I am fucking resetting roll 20. Fuck this shit.
I
It's not
am
gonna do
glad.
anything.
You say that, but I've never had it fail me. Gotta keep doing it until it does.
I'm glad I took the lucky feat.
I would have had expertise if it had been about gods, but apparently it's not. Well, that's quite unsettling. I can understand your concern. Trying to get back to my notes. There we go. Is this I'm going to assume that people being harmed and things like that isn't common in your church.
He's gonna shake his head.
Well, I've given you advice that I think to your stories. To let them know that you think your friend may have been injured by another person, perhaps the person who wrote the message on the wall. And I think in the future, before you drag people outside of your church into the middle of your church's business in such a panicked manner, you should stop, take a breath, and really consider what you're doing. Even if you just brought her into a waiting room, or perhaps taken the message directly to her, that might have helped you. But I can appreciate that your heart was in the right place, and that you were acting out of concern for a friend. Think of how we're not accounts. I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job. Remember to school your emotions in the future and overrun your good sense. Calmer heads generally make much better decisions than hot ones. And then I'm going to read him and commit the passage to memory. I do hope all of this gets cleared up for you soon, Armine, and I will inform the guard that you to add something to you.
He nods and thanks. He's so done talking. He's had to talk so much.
When all of this is over and you get out of here, as I have faith that you will, because you seem like a good man, if you would like to spend time with someone with a friendly face and a kind ear in the city, you can find me at the Church of Pelor. Aya knows my name. Rest well.
He's gonna like shift a little bit to like get your attention.
Yes?
How is she?
She seems fine.
You guys can just like kind of shift down the hallway if you want to talk, by the way.
Can we?
Yeah,
We're
but
aware of
do
this.
you really want to yell up and down the prison hallway when there's a guard right outside one of the doors?
And piss off that guard because we're making a ruckus?
Right.
True.
She seems fine. I have to pass her on my way out. Would you like me to give her a message?
Tell her I'm sorry.
I will, though I doubt she blames you. Keep your chin up, Armine. May Pelor's light guide you. And I am going to turn and start making my way out. Pause at Ire's cell. Armine has asked me to inform you that he is sorry he got you into all of this.
Oh, it was nothing. This was always meant to happen, I'm sure. There was nothing anyone could do about it.
I don't know if you can sing at all, but he seems like he could use the comfort, and the gods may not yell quite so much if it's something pleasant.
Actually, I can.
I thought you might be able to with a name like Mournswallow.
I mean, it didn't come from nowhere.
It's nice to meet you, Aya.
It was nice to meet you as well, Lily.
If you need more guidance, tell the gods.
Of course. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Of course. And I will continue on to where the guard is, knock on the door.
And pretty promptly, he unlocks it, opens it up.
I will give him the sweetest smile I can manage. I'm done here. I was asked to inform you that Armine would like to make an addition to his official statement.
Yeah, would he now? Alright, well, I'll pass it along while you're in the next area. Just 20 or so more to go.
Oh, of course. Just keep a smile on her face.
So, as you're moving through, it does take the entire fucking day, and and you're like, I should be asleep right now. And you finally get up to the top, and it's like, it's a good thing that you did here. So a lot of those people appreciated it. Probably an equal amount who didn't appreciate it.
Well, I do what I can. I only hope I was able to help.
I'm sure one of them will take it to heart. That's really all you need, right?
Of course. Of course.
And he opens up the final door, and you find yourself back in that main room.
And I will turn and give a grateful little nod. Pelor's light guide you. And then get the fuck out of the temple.
Alright. And you do see him switch shifts with someone else. He's just kind of like reading a book in the lobby. The shift was probably supposed to switch a little while ago.
Oh dear. I'm sorry that I kept you for so long.
Oh no, it's fine. It's nice seeing these people get a little bit of something.
I hate to ask. I'm new. I just got into the city yesterday, and after a day like today, as long as it was, I could really use a drink. I don't suppose you would know where I might be able to get one?
Well, I'd offer to get you one myself, but I'm bloody tired. There's a couple inns up by the Church of Pelor. If you're looking for a really nice establishment or one a bit more hole in the wall.
Not too nice.
3 stars on Yelp.
I
3
Don't-
stars on Yelp.
don't really have much money. We don't get paid a whole lot.
But if you're willing to walk through a couple alleys, like there's a little place called the Grain Harbour. It's mostly spirits. They don't really have a lot of lighter stuff. The food is really good, and the alcohol's cheap.
It's called the what?
The Grain Harbour.
In it, he said it's through some alleys and not a top-notch establishment.
Yeah, it's not top notch. It's more like hole in a wall. Like there's a couple groups of people that probably hang out there, but doesn't see a ton of business, and that's likely the way the owner wanted it.
Thank you. I may have to stop by there later. Thank you. And I'm gonna head out and head for the Church of Pelor and my bed with my nice silk sheets and hopefully a warm meal because I have no monies.
You are a bit past mealtime. For when they would be serving in the
snack.
room. Yeah, they have like leftover bread and like, leftovers are left out.
Okay.
Usually it'll be donated to the homeless in like probably an hour or two.
I'm going to go make myself a nice heaping plate of leftovers and something to drink.
It's not warm. It's tasty.
Hey, it's food. So, yes, the Church of Pelor has silk sheets. So, yeah, I'm gonna eat and go back to my room, and I assume that I have the means to kind of write a report that seems like a typical vapid diary entry or something, but it's actually information.
Yeah.
Can't.
If you think your thing is going to be intercepted at some point, that's definitely where they go to that with it.
Yeah, then that's what I will do. I will write it like a journal entry, and it'll be Thieves' Cant, basically expressing the things that I learned today. Like that there was a weird blood message on a wall, and Ire Mournswallow is apparently engaged. Sort of.
So you go to bed, and you wake up in the morning.
Yep.
Ire and Armine, same for you. But Armine, you do hear the chair being dragged and placed in front of yourself. I'm told you want to make revisions to your statements.
It's gonna nod.
Oh, begin.
Earlier in the day, I was told by a different acolyte that Corform was hurt, so I went to his room to heal him. I used lay on hands and also other healing spells, and I then saw the writing on the wall.
I'm going to stop you there. The writing is not entering public record. Skip past it.
Why?
It is the Archbishop's orders.
That's it, then.
Alright, so to make this clear, you had heard called from before. You had heard nothing from him indicating that you could re-enter his room. The Archbishop had denied you entry 3 times, and you had ignored him all 3, correct?
I didn't know who he was and was concerned for his health and safety. I thought someone had hurt him.
I'm going to be very clear with you, Armine. This is not looking good for you. Keep in mind, no death penalty. It's not serious enough for that. But it's not looking good. Anything else?
Nope.
And he gets up and leaves. And as he passes your cell, Ire, how about you? Anything else?
No, not really. Unless you have any updates you would like to inform me of.
You'll be receiving word from the Archbishop today on which charges he is deciding to pursue.
Have you received it yet, or just telling me?
You will be receiving it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
And you hear the door shut. And then the day passes a little bit, and you hear the door open once more. And this time the chair is brought in and just very lightly placed in front of the cell. It sounds a bit different this time. And you can hear Armine through the cell, the Archbishop. So I have heard that it is you I have to thank for Corform still being alive then.
He's gonna tilt his head a little confused, like the dog when they huh?
I extend my gratitude for that act. I fear what would have happened if no one was there, given what happened when you were there, assuming you didn't make things worse. Though I doubt that's possible. You realize your position here, right?
He nods.
You're an unearthed paladin, running around, doing what you please. There's not a lot of restrictions on what you're doing. However, you've broken one of them, which I find impressive. You understand that this can't happen again. If I tell you to do something, it happens immediately. Do you understand the concentration needed to bring a dying man back to life? That
He's
was
gonna
it.
nod.
Understand how distracting someone I've never met, armed to the teeth, standing behind me with some strange women. It's not rhetorical.
He nods.
I want you to apologize to Sally for breaking her ribs. No charges will be pressed against you or your friend, despite how much safer I think this city would be without her. My God, the company you keep, Armine.
He's gonna look confused again.
She is banned from the temple. Keep that in mind next time you feel like breaking in.
I also banned? You said breaking in?
Despite my wanting to, Corform has made a very excellent case for you. What he sees in you, I don't know. Just be glad he sees something I don't. Because I'm very disappointed in this person who follows my god. Think on your actions more in the future. Think about where you are and what you're doing. And speak to no one of what you saw on that wall. We are taking care of it and escalating it as needed.
He's gonna nod.
That goes for you, Ire.
Sorry, I was trying not to listen.
But I know you were.
I mean, I was a little curious, I have to say.
And you see this, beacon of light just under your blindfold. Then it'll make it clear. You speak to no one of what you saw on that wall until you are told to by at least an archbishop.
Of course. I'm terribly sorry for getting involved in business where I was not wanted.
Well, pray we have business no further then. And he walks to the door. He gives it a knock, and you hear it open. No charges being pressed.
Thank you very much for your understanding.
The guard comes over, unlocks both of your cells, and very gingerly, takes the blindfolds off, takes off the manacles.
Armine, can you do me a huge favor when we're out of here?
He nods.
You are no longer in prison. Do not cast magic while in the cells. You will be charged for the cost of replacing the ward.
Got it. When we are out of here, can you please cast prestidigitation on me?
He nods again. He doesn't want to talk anymore.
Armine, hey, look at me. Are you okay?
He just shrugs and starts walking out.
Armine, there is no need to be upset. It's okay. It's water under the bridge. It happened. It was an adventure. Now, when you are sitting down later in life, talking to your family or friend that you're very close to, cats maybe, you'll have this story to tell, and it'll be great. Hey, Armine. Kind of minor illusion. Once we're out of here, not in the cell, but once we're out of this area, I'm gonna minor illusion a bunch of confetti things. Congratulations on your first less upstanding story.
I don't want to have more of those.
I'll be right back. Continue to RP if you want. I need to go check out my chicken.
Probably don't, but having one's not bad. Builds character. I promise, in a few days it'll be like this never happened. Everything will be fine. Now come on. We should go get some food. Some actual food. Not... Except you'll probably have to help me pay, unless you want me to stop on the way to do some readings, because I am low on money.
He'll help you pay.
Thank you. Seriously, though, You don't need to feel bad. I'm fine. And you will be fine in time.
He's a sad boy now. Again.
Ire's gonna, after you prestidigitation her, because I'm just assuming we're like walking our way out, just gonna give you a hug.
She's gonna what? I'm sorry,
She's
cut
gonna
out
give you a
again.
hug. And then do a little card trick.
He's gonna smile. Aw.
She'll do another card trick. She knows a lot of card tricks. She came up with a few when she was showing them to the orc we were traveling with.
Oh my god.
So she's just got, like, a lot of practice doing a decent number of card tricks. They do, but Ire doesn't do that because she leaves it up to fate.
Oh shit.
That's why she's not great at her job.
God, Armine is a sad boy now. Dude,
Poor
Heike.
Arma.
Heike,
I'm gonna
she's
fix
like,
it.
I don't want to go back to the church. I don't want to sleep there tonight.
Poor Armine.
I got thrown in jail.
She'll
for trying
offer for you
help
to stay
people.
at the inn with her.
I'm not good
shit,
at
I need to
making
ask
good
them-
decisions.
Wait, what?
He says I'm not good at making good decisions.
You know, that's what playing a low wisdom character is about.
I'm not playing a therapist.
It is a bit meta, but I actually kind of enjoyed that. I felt like it was a little
what?
it was a little bit emotionally draining when everybody was like, this isn't looking good. It was like, oh god, what is gonna happen?
I was like, I'm gonna get killed. This is it.
I low-key thought at least one of you was going to end up getting killed or something. Like you were just gonna keep pissing people off and implicating yourselves in things.
I didn't mean to.
I am still a little confused about how that conversation I was having with the guard got so off track, because he made a comment and then I replied to the comment, but then he jumped back to the thing we were talking about before and I didn't get the transition there, so I was like, what?
I followed the transition perfectly. I was just,
got
what
it
is she talking about?
I was just caught up in what I was saying, and so I was like, wait, why are we talking about the Archbishop now? We were just
That was kind of perfectly Ire, though, to be fair.
Yeah, she was just like, what? Slow down. Okay, hang on. I gotta switch tracks now.
I'm stuck on this other thing that we were just talking about.
I was info dumping because you asked, and I've got a really good memory, and I was busy remembering things and wasn't busy keeping track of exactly what part of the conversation you were on.
I will say this, when I made this character, I was not prepared to get told that my character was going to have to pretend to be a therapist.
You did a pretty good job, though.
I mean, you're the one who wanted to go in.
You did fantastic. Honestly, though, the best moment was Ire going, you gotta be patient with him.
It was beautiful. It was so cute.
I'm like,
my low-key, my favorite moments were Ire warning that that I had to be patient with Armine, and Armine wanting to know if I was okay. They're so fucking cute.
They're good kids,
I'm sorry.
They just, we're having a bad day.
They were having a bad day. They're adorable, though.
Having a bad week.
It started out so good. Also, Jackson, they're gonna give me all my stuff back when I come out, right?
That is correct. As you're walking up, they do have everything. They open a cupboard. It's a very locked cupboard. Like, it takes 2 keys. They open it up, and your stuff is in there. It's all in the exact same condition you left it, except your coin purse, which is noticeably lighter.
Yeah, but I gave him permission for that one.
Yeah.
Check the letter. Gotta make sure. Just gotta make sure.
You can tell the letter was read. It was unfurled at least once. Other than that, though, it wasn't tampered with beyond that.
Well, I
No
smile to
smudges or
myself
anything.
that they kept it clean, and I give them a thumbs up.
Seeing that you're messing with the letter, I'm gonna nudge you. What's
Yes?
that?
This is the letter I got from my fiancé that morning that
He's gonna smile. He's then gonna hold the door open for you.
God, they're so sweet. It makes my
Trying to
teeth.
be a nice gentleman.
Thank you, Armine.
He feels
Seriously,
so bad.
Can you help me with the prestidigitation? Because I really would like to not feel
Yeah,
gross.
I'll press the digitation.
Oh, I don't know anything. Presentation, I don't think it works on people. They do have baths for you, though.
No, like clothes
No,
and
yeah,
shit,
but
right?
like for clothes.
Yeah, your stuff has been washed. Like, you have prison clothes on right now.
I do? Okay. That got
Mm.
skipped over. I was like, I didn't know what happened. I just assumed we were sitting in there.
No, yeah. Your clothes have been washed, laundered. They have a bath ready for you as you're leaving.
That's really good jail service. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take them up on that.
Well, the idea is there's no charges. You're innocent. They held you, even though that's just like our bad.
Okay, yeah, because I don't have money for a bathhouse right now. Gotta go do some more readings. So we reconvene after a bath.
It is a fairly nice bath. Like it's not hot, but it's warm. It's good enough.
Good with that. Hey, Armine. So we discussed going to get something to eat at like a real food place, and I figured actually we should go and check in on Lily, the lady who came and checked in on us from Pelor. We should go ask her if she wants to join us.
Sounds good.
If you're alright with that, at least. Because we can totally get lunch now, just us, and then ask her to join us another day. Like, it's fine.
Is it lunchtime? What time is it?
I don't know, I'm assuming it's lunch.
Are you looking at Pelor's moon? Yeah. It's a bit after lunch.
Alright, sweet.
Just tell me what you're comfortable with.
Let's get her.
Okay, perfect. Come on. I'm gonna go find the Church of Pelor.
It's fairly easy because you can spot it at any point in the city by the giant fucking bell tower.
Nice. I deftly navigate toward the giant fucking bell tower with my amazing intelligence that, without it, it would have been impossible to find this bell tower.
So you head back over, cutting through the market. Everything's business as usual. A couple stalls aren't here that you remember. A couple stalls that you remember aren't here. Such is the nature of a market. We head up to the Church of Pelor. And what is Saoirse doing today?
Probably trying for
For what, sorry?
trying to avoid getting sent back to the prison for a while.
Yeah. As you're
Um,
walking around the temple today, the guy who was supposed to go, you can tell, he's like, thank you so much for that. Honestly, I love going there and helping. It takes so long though, right?
Yes. No
Very
one warned
difficult.
me it was going to be so late.
Normally we don't do them all at once, but he puts a hand on your shoulder. Good job. Let me know if you ever need a favor.
I just might. Thank you.
Gives you a thumbs up. Like, good day, sister, and leaves.
Just going to shoulders sag just a little bit. The fucker was here. They said it was going to be weeks before he was around.
You wanted to go to the jail.
I didn't want to spend all goddamn day there playing
Listen to you.
therapist. Worst cover ever. But yeah, she's probably finding like little light chores so that she could keep up appearances, because only like, only as far as she knows, only the one person knows who she is.
Yeah, if you're moving around, clerical work. There's people who come in with injuries. You can heal who you're comfortable with, and then they pay the church a tithe. If you all want, you could like clean. That's kind of like jump work, though. There are people who do come in for like guidance, and you can help them out. Sort of like a confessional.
No guidance. No. I will heal people.
She hears the word guidance and runs.
I have medicine proficiency. I will use it.
Yeah, the people coming in here aren't the people who'd be at the Temple of St. Folgrif. It's like, I really hurt my leg the other day, sparring, and it was just the worst. Do you think you could give me a little fix-me-up?
I will give them a little fix-me-up.
Lexus is like, that feels much better.
Happy to help.
I'm sure you are. And he dumps a load of coins in the tithe box and leaves.
And my poor, broke character just kind of looks longingly at the coins and then continues on.
So,
and, yeah.
There's not a ton of duties for you here. The majority of clerics, like clerics are in the business of like contemplation, figuring things out, expanding themselves, and finding ways to worship their god.
Okay, well, she'll probably end up wandering outside at some point to get some air and try and keep an eye vaguely on St. Folgrif's church, see if anything exciting is going on.
Nothing exciting so far. You did see the Archbishop come out and leave, though. That's about it from an excitement standpoint. He's not super well liked in the way that some other archbishops are. He tends to rub people the wrong way, though. It's kind of like, yeah, he's an ass, but he was literally the only person in the world who probably could have saved my daughter. So I kind of got to give him a pass type way.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's most of her day.
You spot the two prisoners in the market.
I will wait until they get closer and then kind of wander over. Well, I didn't expect to see you two out so soon.
Lily!
Yes. Oh, I apologize. You didn't get to see my face.
I recognize your voice once you start talking. I kind of realized that, maybe that was a flaw in the plan. We were actually coming to find you.
Well, I'm sure somebody at the church could have told you who I was, but I'm glad to see you out so quickly.
Cleared of all charges.
Huh?
Except the one.
Except the one that I already paid for. I'm not bringing it up because it's embarrassing.
So the Archmage realized that your hearts were in the right place? It was a mistake?
Kind of. Honestly, it seemed more that, Armine here's pretty close with Corform, like I said, the one who had been hurt, and he basically was like, Corform didn't want you punished, so I'm not going to punish you, but you need to apologize for what happened, and Armine did, and that was that.
Oh, well. I haven't apologized yet to her. I suggest you go and do that. If I might give some last-minute counsel.
That would be a good idea. However, we did want to invite you to come with us to get some lunch, because it's our first meal out of jail, and we would like to eat some actual food and not soup again.
I would be happy to join you. I'm afraid I don't have the means to pay for my meal, however.
No worries.
Yeah, I can.
If you're willing, I won't say no.
I mean, Armine, if you'd like, you could take this time to go and apologize to her, and I could do some readings and get some cash while I'm here. You know, that way you don't have to cover it alone.
He's gonna nod. He doesn't want to talk.
I mean, if
Well,
you don't want to, it's okay.
you should, though. Apologize, I mean. If that was a stipulation from the Archbishop, just grit your teeth and get it over with.
He's gonna nod again and just start kind of going towards his temple.
I'm gonna give him a big hug before he leaves.
I'm a hug back.
Don't worry.
Hugs.
It'll be over soon. You'll feel better having apologized. And nothing that happened will have changed anybody's opinion who matters. So just go do it. Do.
Your boy's going to his temple again.
All right, you head to your temple again.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
As he's going, can I sort of reach out and give his arm a squeeze and whisper a little blessing and give him guidance?
You're gonna need to go with him. It's like a 30-second walk to the temple.
Never mind. I tried.
She gave him
Trying to-
guidance.
I'd initiate it anyways.
You feel really good about yourself for a second, and then as you get in the temple, it's like, oh, it's setting in. And the kind of warm hallways of the temple suddenly seem colder. As you're walking by, people that would have normally given you a friendly wave or a nod are either glowering at you, scowling, or ignore you completely.
I'm
Aw.
actually not gonna go straight to her, the chick that I hurt. I'm gonna find myself a pen and paper. I'm gonna write an apology letter because I don't want to talk.
You're not even gonna give her the apology in person?
She'll give her the apology letter, but Armine has
Alright, go ahead. You've got paper, you've got pens. But you're not gonna say it.
He'll say it, but he wants to say a big old thing of apology, but he can't. He's not gonna be able to. It's gonna take him half an hour.
Let Armine be.
This is amazing. Armine is the most Catholic high fantasy character ever.
That's a good description of it.
Alright, so you write your letter out. You find out where she is. She's in her room resting. She's been given a few days off to just finish her recovery. From which you can tell the Archbishop himself tended to it, so there's not going to be any complications or anything. You knock, and when she opens the door, she flinches back away from you.
I'm gonna look down and give her the letter. And say,
She takes the letter.
I'm sorry about what happened. I have no excuses.
You could have had more than just me, you know. She kind of just closes the door on you.
He's gonna go to his room real quick.
Your stuff has been moved around a little bit.
Oh, great. Where's all my stuff?
All your stuff is still here. It's just not everything is exactly where you left it. Things are shifted.
Oh, somebody went through all my shit.
Or if you're assuming maybe they were planning on getting rid of it, and then they discovered that you were coming back, so they put it back.
Oh, that's even worse.
I'm gonna basically put everything. I have like a bag that I traveled here with all my shit in. I'm gonna put everything in that bag.
Right, you put every single belonging you own in your backpack.
And I'm gonna take it with me.
Including, like, the blankets and shit.
Oh, look, not like my blankets and shit. I just mean like any personal items I have and
Alright.
anything that's like my stuff, you know?
So, you got all your stuff in a bag. What you doing?
I'm gonna basically just go back to go with Ire and Lily.
Alright, you head back outside. The two of them are still waiting there in the market. Armine comes back with a fuller pack. He looks a little out of place with it in town, but...
I'm assuming I got done with some readings or waited for people to come get some readings. I don't know exactly how that went.
You would have had time for a couple. Go ahead and you'll get 5 silver for each, but make a performance check.
5 silver performance?
Or maybe none if you roll down 1.
Okay, well. It's not that
No,
one.
that's fine. You attribute your poor performance and ability to bring people into, it's been a long couple days. I just got out of prison. It'll turn out better later.
I mean, I could have spent a luck point on that, but meh.
Melise went for a walk so as not to cramp Ire's style.
You're not Melise!
Oh, fuck!
Well, at least
Saoirse.
went for a walk, but that walk ain't ending.
Saoirse went for...
All of her gory chunks went on a walk.
Somebody put them in a wheelbarrow.
You know what,
Like,
mister? I nearly insulted the Archbishop. Melise wouldn't have made that mistake.
You do not have good luck with these archbishops.
Listen, I'm not good at this kind of thing.
how is it this happens
Rachel.
to us? You're so nice.
Alright, but you all convene. What you doing?
Okay, lunch it is. So I've got a couple of places that I've stayed and I've had the food there, but what would you like to try? Both of you.
I don't know. I don't really know what the local cuisine is like.
Armine's just gonna shrug and go like, I don't care.
Armine, do you have a favorite food?
No.
No? Really? No favorite food? Do you have a
Just
specific
shakes his head.
Do you have a specific type of food that you like a bit more? Just like one flavor element. Do you like things that are savory or sweet or a little bit of both or something?
I'm hungry. Let's just go find food.
Okay. Jackson, what's a pretty good food place that I would know of?
I mean, the inn you're at makes like okay food. Like it's not bad. It's 3
Alright, I
stars on
want
Yelp.
slightly better than okay.
The place you just left, you made like that place doesn't like you as much, but their food's a little bit better. You haven't really been to a lot of inns. You've like shopped around for them, but you didn't like try food or anything.
Okay.
You're pretty new to the city too.
Yeah, but I've been to slightly more inns than the rest of them. Okay, what's one that's not the one where people don't like me as much anymore, but like just in that same arena of like prestige around here, like people tend to talk about it better.
If you want a good inn, you can head to one. They're usually closer to the churches. The other one was like just barely above standard.
Okay. Fuck it. We're going to the one that people don't like me quite as much at.
Alright,
I don't
so
want to go to some place that's going to be super expensive since we're all strapped for cash, but also don't want to go to like a mediocre place right now.
I mean, I've got money.
Look, I don't want to take all your money on lunch.
You're right. I kind of want to get another sword.
alright.
Yeah, so
So-
let's go.
You head over. The barkeep gives you like stank eye, but he doesn't say anything, and the kid next to you is like, "Hey lady, I'll take your coat."
Fuck this kid!
This is why I left this in, wasn't it? This was part of it.
It was.
God, I forgot. Just freaking Ire just
Saoirse is going to kind of turn and give like this beatific smile, and kind of take off her cloak and hand it to him.
He
I'm
takes your
gonna-
coat, and he's pretty
I
careful
wanna
with it.
grab her
He
coat
makes sure it doesn't
first.
drag on the floor, and he goes behind the counter and he like kind of jumps and swings it onto a hook and comes over and he's like, "There you go, miss." He kind of holds his hand out.
I don't have a cloak on, so Ire's just gonna kind of impassively nod at him.
Oh fuck. Hang on. No shit.
Are you
That
not
was
gonna
weird.
take the boy either?
I have no money. I literally
I'm
have.
gonna give him a single
zero
copper. 'Cause I only have
money.
1 copper and I don't need it. So here he goes. I'm a nice
Alright.
person today.
He kind of like looks at it and is like, "Yeah, it's more than usual for me." And as you're going, you feel a little tug at your sleeve. Saoirse.
I will turn and look. I
Shit.
apologize. I wasn't prepared when I came. I didn't know that there was going to be someone taking our coats.
It's okay. Hey, just a warning for you. Those two, they're bad news. They
You're
got
bad
kicked out of
news.
here a little while. He's whispering. You can't hear him.
Looking at him annoyed.
I'm gonna kind of wave Armine and Ire. Be there in a moment. He needs guidance.
I don't listen to anything that he says.
If I guidance
Just
you
putting
mean
that
whooping
out
his ass, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. The first day I got into town, he tried to threaten me with a gang of children.
Hey, you threatened my sister.
No,
That ain't
I-
no one threatens my
you
sister.
threatened me, and then I told you
He.
that if you
I
didn't leave me alone,
think
then Captain Ned did
perhaps
free
this
service.
is not.
This is why you got kicked out last time.
No, it's not. He started-
Aya,
Mike's just gonna
Aya,
start
please.
crying. He's so
Aya.
stressed out.
I'm gonna go sit down with Armine. Come on, Armine. Walk away.
Saoirse is going to turn back to the boy and is going to start with like basic small talk, but weave some thieves' cant in there and see what happens. Basically, she's going to ask how much about them do you know. She's kind of trying to test the waters to see if he knows thieves' cant at all.
You can tell he's picking up on something. But you know he's not quite there when he's like, "Nah, don't rain here in Thieves' Camp.
What did he say?
Don't rain here."
Okay.
You can tell he's in that area, but he's like 9, so.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna kind of crouch down so that I'm more on his level, which doesn't take much because she's relatively short. And very, very quietly, in like the softest whisper that she can manage, like a church whisper kind of whisper. Basically let him know that if he collects any interesting information on her companions that might be useful, that she'll be around again to hold on to. And she'll make it worth his while this time.
Oh, yeah, those two. They ain't good. They are real bad. Easy to see them, too. They stick out like sore thumbs.
They do rather stand out. Why do you think they're bad?
They've been running around telling lies to people. Then they went and they got their friend killed. And now they're back here, and I know they're causing trouble.
What type of lies?
Well, that one says he's in the Church of St. Folgrif. But I know he ain't because I saw him walk out of there in chains. And that girl, she can see the future. She's ripping off nobles. Not that I have anything against ripping off nobles, but it's sketchy. She told a god that he would die if he didn't quit his job.
Well, perhaps she was right if she can see the future.
Well, all I know is he quit his job and now he's not doing so hot.
I see. Well, if you could do me the service of keeping this quiet, there'll be more in it for you when I come back.
Yeah, can't do. No one seems to want to buy information about those schmucks. You're the first smart person I met.
Why is this kid so obsessed with us?
Good question.
Yo, this kid.
It's kind of adorable, actually. Out of character, a little cute.
I hate him
He's-
so much, but he's so
he's-
cute. I can't.
He's like the Artful Dodger from fucking Oliver.
I hate him, but I also kind of like him.
You gotta respect that side hustle, yo.
I incredibly respect the hustle.
I do respect.
I'm gonna pat his head, kind of ruffle his hair, in a manner that it's really not meant to be patronizing. It's meant to show. And then turn and head back to the table.
Yeah. And he fixes his hair.
Why
And he
does
continues
that-
doing his job for another couple hours and then he dips out. But in the meantime, you're eating. The bartender brings your food over personally, and he gives Ire a long gaze.
I
And
pet
then he
quote.
puts it down. And then he leaves.
Here, come on, Quoth, off my shoulder. You get to sit over here while I eat. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know why we keep running into him.
Well, in my experience, children like him aren't. They don't have much at their disposal, and they have to fight for every scrap they have.
Well,
Chances
I
are
know-
you run into him frequently because he
Hmm?
multiple ways of bringing in money.
I mean, I get it in that sense. Like I've been in that spot, but also, I don't know why he feels like he has to come after us. He was the one who started this and keeps it going.
I couldn't tell you. I hope I put him on the right path.
I hope so
A more
too.
prosperous one.
So, tell me about yourself, Lily. What do you do for a living? I mean, obviously you work for the church, but is there a particular area of interest for you that I don't know, you're very interested in learning more about different religions, or you're just here to see the sights and get the training done?
I dabble in a little bit of everything. I'm still learning to give guidance. I have extensive knowledge on religious and historical matters when it comes to the churches.
Really?
Mostly Pelor, but yes.
Could you give me a rundown on some of these churches at some point? I'm not really from around here, and I
I
don't have
hadn't
a
guessed.
You're funny. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a hard time adjusting. Usually I didn't travel around such.
Well, I can share what I can.
That would be much appreciated.
Might not be a particularly exciting lesson.
I don't know about that. I find learning new things is always exciting.
All right. Well, perhaps we'll wait until a time when poor Armine isn't going to be bored to tears listening to us.
Sorry, Armine.
Speaking of which, my head's on the table.
Armine?
Oh dear. I think our friend might need a drink.
Armine, would you like
Just
a drink?
shakes my head on the table.
I'm gonna whisper over to you. He doesn't usually drink. Or that I've ever seen him drink.
My guidance is that he should start.
I mean, I've also said that, but he's very opposed to it right now, so I figure maybe not pushing it.
I'm going to shift and lay my head down on the table that are like facing each other. You know, it's been quite a long few days, I understand. But things don't start looking up until you do.
He's gonna roll his eyes and then look up at the sky, like take his head off the table and then like look up for about 5 seconds, then put his head down.
Armine. You know that was a figure of speech.
Well, it was also somewhat literal. Keeping his head laying on the table is going to
That's true. I'm gonna take out my lyre and start nonchalantly playing a little song. See if there's any that Armine seems to perk up at all. As I kind of work my way through my food pretty slowly, just in between like songs and stuff.
I need you to draw some heads, and like occasionally someone kind of like bobs to a song that they know.
Any reaction at all?
From Armine?
Mm-hmm.
That's up to Armine.
Sorry, I meant that at Catie.
Sorry, my roommate came in.
Is
What's
her
up?
music getting any reaction? Playing music.
Sure, he'll be like, you know, tapping his finger on the table, but ow, fuck. He's still like, just.
Are you
being mopey because he's a mopey asshole?
I will take a finger tap as a good thing, and Ire's just gonna smile really brightly. Hey Armine, when I'm done with this song, would you like to hear about my letter? You expressed an interest earlier.
He's gonna pick his head up and like, yeah.
It's got a very pretty picture. I'm gonna finish up the song, put my lyre down, and then I'm gonna pull out the letter very carefully. Before I even pull it out, I'm gonna like wipe the counter down a little bit, ask Armine if he can help me get some of the like, I don't know, I'm assuming it's not like perfectly clean.
No, they're like tables. People put their feet up on them sometimes.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Armine if he can help me.
I'll
to, like,
prestidigitation the table.
And it's like a 5-foot square of perfect table.
Perfect. And I'm
The color has changed much later.
gonna set the letter down on that, like, 5-foot square perfect spot. And then, like, unfold it. See? I told you my fiancé was not fake.
I didn't think that he or she was.
He. And I'm only teasing. I know that wasn't mostly you.
I will casually kind of glance over and then pretend that I'm not all that interested.
Do you want to see Saoirse? Oh, fuck. Lily.
You don't know that name. See, I'm not the only one who gets.
It's okay.
You have a secret identity. You're making it difficult.
Fucking Jackson made it difficult. I thought I was just going to be here for adventure and
He threw away.
here, have all of these things. And I'm like, hey. I would love to.
Look, it's a plum tree. We used to hang out under this a bit when we first met.
So that's very sweet and a well done picture.
I know, he's very talented, isn't he?
He seems to be, and smitten with you, I dare say.
I miss him.
I can understand that.
But I will see him again soon. You know. I just wish he could spend more time on, like, his art and things that interest him more.
May I ask why you were parted? It's
Oh,
odd
you
to
know.
get engaged and then immediately leave.
Well, it's kind of a long story. Basically, though, he's kind of a part of a higher up family in Baymont. And, you know, I'm not exactly of the same station or the correct looks or race that they would usually expect somebody of his status to marry an Ismar of noble birth, but I kind of saved his life once, and me and him got very close, and he requested that I be allowed to marry him in spite of this. So I was given the task to go out and improve myself to a point at which I'd be allowed to marry. Like, that it would be worth it, that I'm not exactly what do they expect.
That's a very sweet story.
I'm just excited to get to see him again.
I'm sure you are. We all have people in our lives that we grow to miss.
How about you? Got anybody waiting for you? I thought Armine might, but apparently not. We will have to work on that at some point.
No, not me.
Really? Why not?
The church is where my life is now.
Of course, but, like, there's not room in your heart for more than just the church?
I'm sure that there is, but no one's moved in, so to speak.
Well, I'm sure you will catch somebody's eye. You are a very nice girl, Lily.
Thank you. She'll kind of. You could tell it's subconscious. She's not thinking about it. Like, one hand kind of comes up and, like, touches her hair to make sure it's still in front of her face. So, you're here to prove yourself?
Basically, yeah. Trying to get better at my magic, you know, that kind of thing. Trying to make a good impression, but it's not going as well, got to say. I wish I knew more about the church. Honestly, I should have read up a bit more, but, like, you know, history books do not tell you exactly what the current Archbishop of the Church of St. Folgrif looks like. It just doesn't get described as much.
Well, that's because it's not history yet.
I know, but I need to improve my finding
Awareness?
stuff out beforehand from things other than books. You'd
I
think
can
I'd be better at
understand.
this. No.
Well, it seems to be a new area in your life, so perhaps what happened is meant to be a learning experience.
That is what I think as well. Like I said, it's nice to find somebody who shares that perspective. A lot of people think it is defeatist to accept that some things are just going to happen, but I think it's actually a very freeing way to think. You know, there's no need to be caught up in the minutia of what's going to happen when you know where you're going.
Well, most people also don't know where they're going. We be so gifted.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you were giving readings in the market.
Sure,
Not
but
all people have that gift of foresight, and believing that they have control, I think, gives most people comfort.
that's fair. I wish I was a little bit more consistently gifted. Honestly, tarot readings, there is truth in them, but it's not a perfect truth. And so it's hard to do it properly, because people always want an exact answer when there really isn't one.
In my experience, the gods only give direct answers, even to the most gifted of us, when they choose to, and that's rarely.
I mean, I don't know if it's even the gods specifically, but fate goes where it wants, and sometimes it's hard to guess where that will be.
I can see that.
But I know Armine here is fated for a good dessert after he finishes his lunch.
Did you just mom Armine? Because that was adorable.
Oh
I am
my god.
making a point to make sure you eat your lunch. We just paid for this.
I already finished it, you nerd. But yeah, I'll finish. I guess I didn't finish it. I'll finish it. Whatever.
Armine very slowly, not moving from the table, shovels it into his mouth.
Do you remember the frozen fruit stand that we stopped at how long ago was that? The festival night?
A few
God,
weeks,
weeks
half-
ago.
close to a month.
Do you remember the frozen fruit stand we stopped at about a month ago?
He's gonna nod.
We could go get some frozen fruit. It'll be really tasty. You will really enjoy it.
Well, that sounds lovely.
I think it is. And I think Armine will enjoy it too, right? Unless you would like to go somewhere else.
He just sighs.
Armine.
I'll come with you.
Before we go, why don't you, tell us a little bit about what's on your mind? I know it's been a rough few days, but is there anything I can do to help?
He just picks his head up and goes, I fucked up.
We all fucked up. Everyone makes mistakes. The Church of St. Folgrif must understand that. Would I have noticed that Armine has all of his stuff on him?
You notice that his bag
Jackson
is
said that my
heavier,
bag
according
was-
to Jackson.
You don't know about all the stuff. You've never been to his room before. It's just
Yeah.
thicker. There's more stuff in it, like you went shopping.
Like he's just carrying a lot more. Did you pick up some things when you went to the church?
He's gonna like smile sadly and like shake his head.
Shake his head yes or no?
No.
Your bag seems heavier. Do you have love letters in there? Do you actually have a lover and you just weren't telling me to surprise me?
No.
Then what is it?
I don't want to sleep there. At least for tonight.
That's fine. You can room with me if you'd like. But Armine, do you not want to sleep there? Because you're not... Because you just want a change of scenery? Or do you not want to sleep there because you're afraid of how other people will see you?
I'm not afraid of it. Just I don't want to walk on a thin. He's like struggling to complete that metaphor. He's just like,
Slow down
Eggshells?
at a time. That's a good one. Walking on eggshells?
Catie
Sorry, say it again.
kicked in eggshells to complete the sentence for him.
Yeah.
Well, while I don't disagree that perhaps a night away might do you some good, I don't think you should make it a long-term thing. Give yourself a night to recover, but the longer you stay away, the more they're going to think they're right. If you go back and put vigor into your service, some of them will start to come around.
Besides, Armine, it is fine to not want to be there if you don't want to, but you do enjoy the work you do at the temple, correct?
He nods.
Then don't let a bunch of busybodies who don't even know you keep you away from that. Besides, Corform is there, and I know you're close with him. And I'm sure he is anxious to see you after what happened.
He's like, yeah, but not tonight.
Not tonight. Tonight we have frozen fruit. Okay, let's go.
And we'll go ahead and end the session there as you go out, head to the fruit stall, and buy your sort of expensive icy treat.